click and drag them. Maybe not.
God damn. I love being able to say something and have Chris just be like, oh yeah, I know the fucking answer to that because I'm goddamn Chris.
I'm not sure if that's like sarcasm or not.
You can totally move the portraits around independently as well. If you
Really?
go to the bottom left of them, and there's like the hamburger.
Son of a dick! I could have used that yesterday.
Yes, you could have.
Oh, shit.
I knew there was a way to do it.
Now it's gonna look more like I'm actually looking at you guys as opposed to down at my bottom of my computer.
right?
God, you don't even. I'm gonna put me way off in the corner because I don't need to see my damn self.
But wait. We've got to be able to see you. So put yourself down the right spot.
Okay, how about now? I feel like I'm isolated from the team.
Well, I mean,
We do some Brady Bunch shit over here.
okay. Let's get this road on the show. Cool. So yeah, hi everybody. Thank you for tuning into this live stream session of that D&D podcast. We're playing Blades in the Dark in our Blades in Gastown campaign. Yeah, that's the word. Let's have everybody introduce themselves. Go.
All
right.
Well,
Everybody go at once.
I step on other people's toes and I'm a rude motherfucker. T.
We're doing this in parallel. Let's go. Okay, Jordan, you haven't said anything yet. You get to go first.
Ladies first.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Jordan, and tonight I'll be playing the part of Crow, who is the most traumatized party member.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
technically true.
Did you pick your second one?
It did. I picked Obsessed.
Oh yes, you did. Okay, let me
that'll be
tick
fun.
the thing on your character sheet.
I already did.
No, you actually hadn't. I've got it on
really?
video too. Yeah, it's ticked now
What?
though. Yep. Anyways,
Motherfucker.
called you out on national
yep.
internet.
Yep.
Nailed it.
National
Fucking
internet.
nailed it.
This is
not the
international
international
anyways.
Internet. Yeah.
There's
it's
fully two
national internet
countries.
still for now. Okay.
Go Jacob.
Hi there, I'm Jacob, and I'll be playing Ezekiel Slybert von Rumpelcrisp, perhaps better known as Sly or the Artist. I'm the party's lurk, and I'll be lurking around.
Cool. Mike and Chris, decide amongst yourselves.
Mike first.
Hi, I'm Mike Derrickson Brody. You might remember me using this podcast as that D&D podcast. There's others, but they're all defunct now. I'm reprising my role as Bell, the Hound, and we are going to high five over the internet between me and Chris for getting my MST3K reference.
Don't you intercept this, Andrew.
Too late.
It's not for you.
It's like he kissed what I was trying to kiss you.
I've sullied this moment.
Hello, everybody. My name is Chris. I am the co-GM for some campaigns. I'm also, I guess, the community manager, self-appointed. So if you see stuff on Twitter or Facebook, it's probably me. And tonight I'll be playing the part of Ogre, who is he's big and fighty.
Ogre is also in community management.
Yes. Just different aspects, really.
Yeah. And so we finished off a score last time. Bell finally shot Chekhov's sun cannon.
It did some things, man.
It did some shit.
You
Killed
remixed
the
the whole
tower.
guard. You remixed the guard tower.
You dropped the
Remixed
beat.
it.
You dropped the bass on them.
No trouble.
Yeah.
God. Okay, no, we're good.
And what's the other thing? Oh, right. And we're into downtime now.
We are. If
I like
anybody
it when
would...
Chris gets close to the microphone because it feels more intimate.
It's a little more sultry too.
Yeah, hi, welcome to Smooth Jazz 98.7. We'll be going through all the rockin' hits from the 1920s and 30s, and if you just stay tuned, I'm sure we'll get something going that'll get your boner popping.
That was yesterday's.
Oh, right.
I mean, this is also the podcast that came up with Horny for Crime, so...
Yeah. Mike, we ended up at some point last night, Careless Whisper started playing,
Yes.
and Jordan interrupted with the line, "The dead rise, and so do I."
Nice.
I feel like context is important.
No.
were
No.
talking about-
No.
Context
So I
ruins
think
it.
that implied necrophilia is a level, something we haven't quite hit yet, And I'm frankly proud of you, Jordan.
The best thing is that the context is we also found out that Jordan's mother is among our viewership last night.
So that goes double now.
Yeah.
I mean, she said she was gonna watch one episode, and then she never messaged me since then. So
That's how you know that
the
it's
right
working.
response.
You get paperwork that basically legally disowns you. Right, so downtime action. I just pasted in the chat the session notes from last session. If anybody wants to kind of run through and see what they did, here are the session notes that I'll be putting for tonight's session as we do them. You'll notice that they're empty because we didn't do a thing yet.
That's not true. We've introduced ourselves.
Yep.
I
And
don't
talked
put
about
that.
implied necrophilia.
Right. So Belle is going to chill the fuck out with some smooth pain and suffering in order to calm down because her stress is a little high.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
But I can't just magically get a point of resolve, can I?
You've got one.
Right, but I want another one so that I don't have that
Just the
problem
one
I had
die.
last time.
Right.
Yeah. Wait, so we got XP, right?
Yeah.
Can I just dump all of that into resolve?
I don't know if it'll be enough.
How
I
much
need
resolve do you
6.
need? 6? Ooh.
I had 4.
You got 4 last session.
Maybe I had some left over.
You got 1 insight desperate action. That doesn't really help you here.
Belle,
If
come on,
the
count.
first thing you did was training in resolve, that would be the 6 that you need to get an extra pip.
So I
Would
have
it?
3 from session 9 and 4
If
from
we get
session
2.
10, neither of which that I have used.
Okay. So yeah, you can totally spend both of those sessions and
What was the magical thing that Chris was talking about, or extra pip of thing?
I believe if you train in resolve, you get an extra poop of it. Let me double
no,
check.
that's prowess.
yeah, it's prowess and personal.
Prowess and personal.
1, 2, 3,
looking here, it
4,
says resolve.
5, 6. Oh shit! Well, I've been using that for prowess for like the entire time.
No, it is prowess.
It is.
Okay.
Chris is
So,
just being
does-
a silly.
Does anyone have command, consort, or sway? Ogre has command. I
Yep.
believe that Crow has consort.
Consort and
And I believe
And
that
sway.
Slay has sway.
I have 1 command and 1 consort and 3 attune. I
So every
can't
time
sway
somebody
anybody.
says consort, I hear Romeo and Juliet from 1996, and it's like, consort, when thou makes us minstrels? Here is my fiddlestick. They're awesome, Mercutio.
It makes me think of an Asari.
I think
from
it's
Mass
consort
Effect 1.
and not necessarily consort. Like it's the verb, not the noun.
Shit.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
pretend I
I'm-
pronounced it properly.
I have both of those because like that's basically Crow's
That's your
role.
thing.
Because
Yeah.
face.
Yep.
So would Belle be more commandy or consorty?
So command is also intimidate. Consort is like, hey, like if you went out for a night on the town with your revolutionaries.
That you already got me with intimidate.
Cool.
Consort is like streetwise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're just hitting the streets and
Well,
talking to the
it's-
average
it's-
Joes without
it's
threatening their lives.
Being
Being
And
convivial.
able to
sway is
talk
like
to-
impassionate plea, right? Like
Sway is bluff and deception and stuff like that.
Trying to convince them. Consort is like what you do with the police officer. You're just talking about the holidays, trying to get them to relate to you. You know, you're both equal sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
boring.
think Belle's superior.
Cool.
So, and then I trained. I
you
guess is
also
my
have
first
that,
action.
that one last XP from your 2 sessions thing because you.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a train into prowess that I get an extra pip for.
Cool.
And then
that's
I'm
when you.
gonna
So you get the extra pip in prowess when you train, which is spending one of your downtime actions to do it.
right. So which is what my first down action
Okay.
is to prowess.
Cool.
Is to get better at either. We'll see later. But then I'm gonna de-stress. Can I roll stress and can I
Yeah.
indulge my vice?
Yeah.
Alright.
Tell us what you're doing.
I get no bonus dice, right?
Correct.
Okay, real quick, are we still at the Druid Enclave?
No.
No?
I'm assuming like time has passed.
Okay, that's
Between
that's
every
fine. I was
session, I
just-
assume like 1d4 weeks goes by.
Ooh, Mike, you cleared exactly all of the dies
Yep.
or the stress.
There you go. So yeah, 2 weeks.
So using her newfound command, Belle goes to the club and we're just gonna insert like viewer gets to guess what Belle did at the club.
But in a commanding and intimidating fashion.
Yes. You know what? I think that at some point we're gonna have to talk about like outfits and stuff like that because we know a seamstress,
Mhm.
and honestly, the clothes make the revolutionary.
Yep.
Mhm.
An army marches on its thigh-high boots.
That's right. That's right. And it's
Hello.
particularly appealing
Mhm.
steampunk outfits.
Cool. So that's
I'm
Bell's
going to
sorted.
pass the baton to Chris because he passed the baton to me earlier.
What does Ogre do?
I'm tempted to see whether I want to indulge my vice to get rid of the stress. But I've only got 4,
Mhm.
but I've got 4, so it's
Mhm.
like it's that borderline, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like you have
you could
a
also
yeah.
you could also do something else to get stressed, then go indulge in your vice.
Yeah, you could totally do
true.
something, push yourself, take 2 stress.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, with my luck, I'll still end up just removing 1.
Mhm.
I mean, you could still push your luck and roll your vice anyway.
What is our current heat?
I
yeah,
think
that's
you guys wanted
3?
up actually,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
you hit a wanted level, so you've only got the 3
Yeah.
heat to lose.
Okay. Well, a good roll would do that. I think I'm gonna go into the territory of another group
Okay.
and start. No.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna go to a territory that's like nearby another group, and then
Mhm.
like start breaking shit and like smashing windows and leave calling cards that basically say, "Hey, it was these guys."
In their own neighborhood?
No, in like an adjacent neighborhood.
Okay.
So they're not shitting where they eat, but like they're shitting like
Yeah.
next to where they eat.
Okay.
That sounds more like sway than anything because you're like deceiving them.
That's not a good idea then.
No. If you wanted to just like go bust up stuff, that's totally sway. Or wreck, rather.
How
But
about I take our hirelings out, Meyer and Talith. They're gone, aren't they? Did we
No,
get rid
we
of them?
still have
We
them.
still have them.
Yeah.
How about I take them out with me and we go give some stitches to some snitches.
okay.
So do I get an extra die for them being with me?
Yeah, they can totally help you, or you can just send them off to do their own thing, or both.
Ooh, let's
Don't-
let's do that.
No,
Send them off to do their own. No, that's bad. I'm gonna take an extra die.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna push myself,
Awesome.
so that'll bring me up to 6 of the stress.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say by themselves.
Well, holy crap!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yep. That's what
That's a
happens when that's a crit and a half. So yeah, your
Sorry, did
heat,
somebody say clap and a half?
yeah, your heat goes away.
Also, our wanted level.
No,
No. What? Why? What did you do, Ogre?
he rolled 3 6s on 5 dice.
So let's go back to the part where you're rolling 5 dice.
There's maybe no informants left on this plane of existence.
I mean, yeah, like what else do you want out of this? Because you totally get something else out of this other than just like a bunch of busted ass kneecaps.
Ooh, did you beat up the badgers?
I was thinking either that or like one like a representative of another crew is impressed with how we brazenly handle things sometimes and would maybe consider us for a you know, if some loose ends need cutting.
Oh, here's the thing that could totally happen.
Okay.
So I've got an entanglement because every job you guys do comes with an entanglement.
Uh-huh.
And it was going to be the Badgers.
Okay.
How about with your crit and Meyer and Talitha along for the ride? You probably like said, let's meet at Crowbar.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll, roll out in our boat and bust some fucking heads. And it'll be great. And there's like the crack of glass at the back of Crowbar, like, like a bathroom window or something. It's in its off hours. You go to investigate, and basically you find like 3 badgers trying to break in. And yeah, you just thwart them and also pin a bunch of like, just the foghounds like ill repute upon them by being like, hey, cops, here you go. Here are some assholes who tried to break into this just, upstanding restaurant that's definitely not a bar.
Exactly.
I'm probably observing this, and I'm probably like wiping a glass. And like,
they've got like a shitty hand-drawn map.
Yeah.
That like shows the route from the bathroom to like the stairs downstairs to like a secret panel where you hid the good booze that you smuggled recently.
Yeah.
Like they were coming for that, and Ogre stopped them, and also Myra and Talitha.
I probably am like cleaning a glass and telling Ogre to pick up all the teeth that fall on the floor.
One of these days, I'm gonna make a necklace, like I said.
Why do you keep your teeth in a glass?
No.
It's that Coca-Cola challenge thing. Do you want to see how fast it can melt teeth?
Hey, remember that lady that I met at the police station, and she thought I was a dick, and then we talked it out? That police station's far away, huh?
Yeah, that's downtown.
Okay, so I can't carry these guys across town and throw them through the front door of the police station.
I mean, if you want to, you got 3 6s on 5 dice.
Cool. Yeah.
Is that police station like abandoned now? Because like there was an explosion in the wall and a lot of people are dead.
It's probably actually just got security through the wazoo right now because that was like one of their major operational centers. And
do you go back in the uniform?
Oh god, do we have 2 hero cops on this crew?
They should both get medals.
Yeah, you know what? He shows up in uniform and he says, I caught these assholes trying to break into a restaurant. Isn't that right? And you hear like a crunch and they're like, we did it. We're sorry.
We did everything. We
did all the things on this list.
We're totally the hogfounds? What? Crunch. Foghounds. We're the foghounds.
That and... yes, I was about to do another thing, but I need to relieve some stress.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna go home and visit the family, see how it goes.
Cool.
3, not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. That's half.
Yeah.
Your stress. Yeah.
Yeah. So, go take the parents out to eat. Bring the kids. Also, kind of I'm doing okay money wise. And while we're out, I have some people that I hired come move all their stuff to a new house because I've got enough money in the vault to where basically I lead them, down a different street and they're like, where we're going? And I hand them the keys and open the door and it's like a less shitty house inside, but it has all their stuff too.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. During your 2 weeks, and this doesn't have to be a downtime action, but I was going to suggest, like, do you spend any time training with Mina?
A little bit. It's still kind of like I'm not sure how to, handle this whole thing.
She probably doesn't stop pestering you.
Yeah.
She's like, show me how to hurt people. Like, I heard you beat up some badgers.
Oh, yeah. What? I just kind of like broke all the bones in their hands.
But she's gonna be like, did you give him one of these? And like, does some just like tries to sweep the leg sort of thing, and just your legs are closer to tree trunks, and so it's just like thunk.
He almost thinks about like going along with it and falling over, and he's like, no. No, I usually wait for them to try to hit me, and then I grab their hand inside of my hand, and then I just kind of squeeze, and then when you hear the popping and the grinding and the screaming, then they usually stop.
Ah, yes, the Luke Cage school of combat.
I'm just slightly less bulletproof. Just slightly.
I mean, you've been shot a bunch.
Yeah.
Empirically, it hasn't had too much of a detriment on you.
That's true. That's true.
Cool. Sly or Crow?
Yeah, sure. I think I'll try to get rid of some of this stress.
Awesome.
I'll take one of my finest garbage bags and sample from all of the best dumpsters in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally make my way to the richest part of town, climb up on the rooftops, and deliver the presents to the good boys and girls.
Has it occurred to anybody else in the party that Sly is possibly more of a revolutionary than Bell is?
Wait, are you just dumping trash on people?
In it down their chimneys,
Nice.
which are
Okay.
possibly in use, and burning trash doesn't smell very nice.
That's not his problem.
It could be like cast off roses. I mean, we don't know.
Awesome. Let's
So-
see the roll. You also don't have any pips in resolve.
Not especially, no. So do I roll a resolve for that?
There should be a button that's called Indulge Vice.
Yeah, it's right above your
Hello.
trauma list. You should
Oh,
be able
because
to
it's the
click that.
lowest, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just automatically selects your lowest defense.
Roger that.
2.
What? Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that
How
works.
stressed are you?
Did you spend your
was at
XP from the end of
7.
last session?
I thought I did, yeah.
Okay.
So that brings me from, what, 7 down to 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second for the second downtime action.
Sure thing. Jordan, you're on the hotspot.
Oh boy. Okay. So I have 0 stress because I am traumatized again.
Freshly.
I am too blessed to be stressed.
Honey, question. So when I
I
get
don't know how that happened.
yeah, it certainly wasn't Bella's second time. So when I get a new trauma, the stress thing doesn't count because I'm freshly traumatized. Does that count for my old trauma too?
No, I think you'll take 1 at the end of this downtime.
Okay.
Unless you indulge stress and therefore overindulge.
Yeah, no thanks.
You could roll a 0 on a d6.
You know what? Actually, I
Her
want
lowest
to.
defense is 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
I want to do a project with the papers that I was skimming through at the end of last session when I was helping the lady like pack her stuff.
Oh yes, yeah.
yeah.
The getting the moon moving.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh, I had something in mind. I'm trying to think of what it was. It was something moon related that well, it'll probably come to me like in the middle of this session.
Just shout it out. It'll be great.
Yeah. So study maybe like for a project clock.
Nope, Crow's Heavenly Bodies.
Huh. Trying to. I feel like there was. Oh, hey, you can add a clock on your character sheet.
But I like the
Yeah, they
visual
added
ones
that.
more.
Yeah, because I mean other people can hop in.
Right. It
Um,
just so in case so you just don't forget it. that's
Yeah.
all.
So would I do study?
I mean, yeah, study's totally a viable option. You could also like head down there and be like, "Hey, do you want to tell me about these?" and like consort and be like, because she's done the research. Like going to the first party's a viable option there as well.
Okay, I'm going to put that project on hold and maybe do some prowess training for
Okay.
now.
So yeah, take your
In
2
the
XP.
Yep. I was feeling maybe a little ashamed that we weren't so sneaky that last session. So I'm probably going back to like rooftop walking. Maybe I'll bring Nora with me. Just because like Crow hasn't really done that sort of thing since he was a teenager.
Yeah, and she does seem pretty naturally talented at it. Oh God. Chris just gave me a really good idea.
Yeah.
Do you tell Nora, like, grab her by the hand and tell her you will show her the world?
Yes. Shining, shimmering, splendid.
I was wondering. You gotta now. Yeah.
I couldn't remember what order they went in, but yeah. Jordan there with the save.
Yep. 90s Disney movies are my thing.
Truth.
Have I got a Dresden Files podcast for you?
I was just gonna say. So tell me your thoughts on Beauty and the Beast.
Or
Well-
Manatee and the Cocaine Hound? Cocaine dealer? Cocaine Kingpin. That's the phrase. The little manatee. Cool.
That could.
So that's training your prowess, and then what's the other one?
Can I do anything? So how do we lower the wanted level?
Someone goes to jail. So
Okay.
someone can turn themselves in, and that can be a cohort, or that can be one of you, or that can be you framing someone.
Are Meyer and
Can Chris
Talisa
just
really
beat
worth
somebody
it?
up and send them to jail in our place?
You totally did previously.
Yes, I've done that several times actually. I just
Who?
can't get the wanted level down. I gotta get the heat down. Huh. Maybe Ogre can go to jail and take it over.
That's I think the spider actually gets a bunch of moves. It's like when you're in jail, count yourself as like being a triple bad hard ass. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
When you're in jail, remember, you run Bartertown.
Yeah. You are master and blaster. So yeah, that's the way of dealing with wanted level is someone has to go to jail.
You know what? I do remember what my project was going to be.
Awesome.
I wanted to find out more about the Archons because they seem to be related to the moon.
Mhm.
And so I wanted to study try to kind of think about what I read from the research papers. Because I imagine as soon as Crow got home, he probably tried recording what he could remember.
So is that like, are you looking for answers in the druid notes or?
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll probably be study, or again, like go and consort and talk to people. You can also talk to, if Ogre would have let you know. God damn it, what's her name? Wow.
Severa.
Yes,
Severa?
Thank you.
It's cool. I remember all my ships.
Mm-hmm. Ogre.
That wasn't even
Explode.
one you have to write separately. Like that's canon.
Sevroger.
Yep.
Ogre.
Did Ogre share that Severa knew about Archon stuff?
I think Pigment also said something
he
publicly.
did,
So Crow
but-
also might know to connect those dots.
Right, but I mean, Ogre said he wanted to talk to Severa, and if Ogre didn't say anything, like Crow doesn't really want to press, because that might go.
Because Ogre might press Crow.
Ogre would be willing to. I'll introduce you to her, but if she says she doesn't want to talk about it, don't push it. She will push you. She could probably push like a house. Did you see she could pick me up with like one hand?
I do remember that. Yes,
Yeah,
not many ladies can finish a keg in my bar.
Yeah, she's the best. Anyway, yeah, we still need to do that double date thing one day, but that's another. You got stuff to do for projects. That's fine. Yeah, I'll go introduce you.
Excellent. Is this the first time Ogre's mentioned the double date thing to Crow? I like the idea that Ogre like keeps thinking about it, and he only just told him.
Maybe he told Nora like just offhandedly at
Oh,
one
yeah.
point, and
Yeah,
then
that
then,
makes sense.
hey,
Yeah, I can
hey,
see that.
She
happening.
probably
they're
like
not going to
sends
set
you.
this up on their own.
She probably sends you like coded messages and like sends like looks at you pointedly whenever she possibly can to be like, so when's this double date happening?
Is that to Crow or Ogre?
To Ogre.
Okay.
Working on it. You know, the other half of this thing is stubborn sometimes. So
She's like, yeah, I know Crow can be stubborn, but he's not that impossible to deal with.
mine is difficult too.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah. So I mean,
I guess
Severa
I
probably
go.
like you probably visit Severa in her office and she's smoking like a comically large cigar
Mhm.
and just like feet up on a big oak desk. That like
Step
clearly
into
she
my
is
office.
clearly she has never like taken a memo or written anything on this desk, and it's primarily for like putting people's faces in.
Mhm. can probably see like some stains and dents.
Oh yeah.
Especially in like one particular spot.
Yeah, no, it's like right where her right arm would go.
Uh-huh. Is Ogre in there with me?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, Several, you may have met Crow. That's Crow. We worked together. He said he wanted to talk to you about some things about, the things you can do.
She's like, oh, a scholar then.
Of a sort. I was very interested, if you don't mind me asking, more about this Archon business that Ogre mentioned.
Well, I mean, I can't talk to a normie too much, but, ask me your questions and I'll either tell you to leave or I'll answer them.
Great. And this is Jordan, not Crow. I didn't think I'd get this far. I guess like things like how long the current Archons have been like Archons, I guess, like that we know about.
Make me a consort roll and we'll see how much info you get out of her.
Ogre, do you want to assist me?
It's one stress.
Yeah.
Free stress.
Cool. I'm gonna push myself.
Good.
4, 4, 4. Those were useless die.
I
Yup.
know.
So let's get. Is it? No, I think it's just 2. So yeah.
Basically, generate origin questions like when the first one.
She's gonna tell you sort of the same thing she told Ogre, like the surface level stuff. Getting like any revelations will come when you max out that pie, but basically like sufficiently exceptional people who lead sufficiently exceptional lives in the presence of just like basically the magic bullshit that is Moonlight in this part of the world tend to become just more than what is quote unquote natural, despite the fact that it seems to be a process that's just like there is one. She probably tells you a time of like when she jumped like 25 foot from one ship to another, like a running jump, and she just and she felt like she could have kept going. But she landed on the enemy ship, like slaughtered a dozen people like dogs, and most of them while they were just like standing mouths agape at the lady who just jumped at them, not unlike a ballistic missile. And then like the Yondu scene from the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
A good portion of it is people just standing there being like, I don't believe this is possible, sort of thing. So yeah, and basically like that's when sort of she realized the more she did stuff that like people can't do, quote unquote, the better she got at doing stuff people can't do. And her stuff all seems to be related to just like physicality. She can drink and fight and punch a lot better than anybody else she's ever met. And Ogre almost reminds her of her back in her like, normie
when
days.
I was shorter.
Yeah, he's a little shorter, and he's a little prettier. And she winks at Ogre.
He looks down at his feet.
I would bow and thank her for her time, and that it was very interesting.
She just like shoos you away with the like back of her hand as soon as you bow, because she's not into that shit. Like just
okay, I stand straight up like the moment she does that.
Just get out of here. Just...
And with that, I leave.
Sever, we should take them out to dinner one night. That one and the other one that's with that one.
Oh, do you mean
bye.
Nora? Oh,
Yeah.
I love Nora. Oh, you have to tell her thank you. And she like opens up this like armoire that is until now you haven't really noticed it because it's kind of unassuming in the corner of her office. But it's just like row upon row of shoulder capes, sort of thing.
I have a cape too. We could wear capes.
And just like a slow smile crosses her face, and then she just like does that thing where she like musses up your hair, and she's like, "Okay, ogre, go away now."
That's when he looks down and realizes he's wearing the cape right
Oh,
now,
yeah.
and then walks out of the room.
Crow is politely waiting out in like the hallway or whatever, or just outside the building.
Cool. So that's
So
Yep.
2?
Yeah, I gave you 2 pips.
Cool.
How big is the clock?
6. And then like if you want more information, we can do like a follow-up
Yeah.
block. Cool.
That so her explanation is especially intriguing to me because like my people have like folklore,
Oh yeah.
and it's the whole Archon discussion is starting to make me think that maybe all those stories were actually based on Archons of old.
Quite possibly. And I mean like back when you were a member of Eclipse, there were probably a couple times where you saw a Night Stag just like do something that seemed impossible, and you just sort of like shoot it away since then. But
Yeah.
specific, like on specific nights, turns out it was like some kind of an eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, like there's also more recent precedent within the community for that.
I also probably kind of hushed Harker if ever he got like excited thinking he saw something.
Oh yeah, yeah, and he was seeing shit like left and right. He was probably more of Night Stag's lapdog than you. You know, you were probably too proud to be.
Oh yeah, because just so when I joined, I had really high ambitions, and like I didn't really see that being like a permanent position sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a paycheck. It wasn't a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So yeah, it's I'm trying to figure out how to do this cleanly. And I think what happens when Ogre and Crow when you're leaving Sever's office, which I want to say was in Lonsdale. And I'm assuming you're like boating back to base. Oh, Sly, you still have a thing. Cool.
I do. So I would also like to see to this bullet wound grazing that I happen to have.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Maybe should have done that first, but things take priority. I'm really not sure where to go for that.
So I mean,
May
yeah,
I recommend Belle?
Belle is a licensed physiker.
Previously.
It's
licensed.
Licensed is past tense already.
Yeah,
I just want to point that out.
Bell was licensed.
Belle has been a license-holding physiker for
If you need healing, go to the snake what bit you.
multiple.
Also, thank you for reminding me, Sly. I am also still injured, but I already used my downtime action.
So if you
got coin?
If you have coin, you can spend 1 coin and get a free action. Or not free, but you know what I mean. 1 coin to 1 action as many times as you want.
I'll spend a coin to clear the fire into my lasers harm that I had from last episode.
How severe was that? Just 1?
It was just 1.
Okay, then yeah, cool.
I figured it's like, a really bad sunburn on Belle's face from firing the sun cannon.
Yeah.
Sly, what can I do for you? I understand that you hurt yourself.
I hurt myself, like I always do, one way or another.
Being
You tripped and
shot.
fell on a bullet?
Yeah. Let's see
Good
what you
bullets
can do
are always
about
doing
this.
that. Well, the first thing that we really should do is immobilize the whole area.
I love Belle's approach to medicine.
And that includes people coming in, like walking by.
Oh yeah.
They also have to be immobilized just
Yeah.
to make sure that.
No, it's the whole area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be a tinker roll.
And Belle does this in a very attentive manner. It's not like her whole demeanor changes from being that kind of not necessarily floaty, but like she changes into what she thinks is her doctor mode, which is sort of like
Slightly less cleavage.
yeah, right. She stands up straighter and is intentionally slouching. Yes. So do I roll the tinker roll or just Sai?
So you roll the tinker roll, Bell, but people can assist. Which
Would anyone like
give
to
you
tinker
extra
on Sly
dice.
with me?
You don't want me helping.
I mean, you just take one stress and you help, and then
I will
describe how you help. And I think you can only get help from one person.
Let Crow do it.
Yeah.
So Crow, how do you help?
So Belle's tying him down.
Yeah.
Immobilizing the area.
Okay.
It needs to sound professional.
I am probably making sure that you don't tie him too tightly, so I probably offer to do that.
Okay.
I mean, I do remember that it completely fixed me last time, but like,
Perfect. And this is a self-perpetuating thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so I took one stress.
Cool. So yeah.
Also, I'm probably petting Marius. Trying to console
He's probably
Marius.
got like a little hood on, so he doesn't have to watch. That Belle like
a falcon hood.
Yeah, Belle supplies it. She's just like, he probably shouldn't see this.
It's because the falcon hood seems like the sort of thing. It's like rhinestone encrusted too, with a smiley face
and googly eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, roll your tinker with one bonus die. Oh, well,
4 is not
Close
worse.
enough.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So you mark, I think it's 3 sections of the clock.
Okay.
So that doesn't stage down your harm yet. But
Yeah,
if you
it's
spend a
still
coin,
level 2.
yeah.
If you'd like to spend a coin.
If you spend a coin, we can just knock that down to actually nothing, I think. Because you'll also have seen a doctor, which gets rid of the level 1 harm.
Does Belle really count as a doctor?
Mechanically, yes.
Again, licensed.
Past tense. Licensed physician.
All right, let's go with that then. I will spend the coin.
Awesome.
Maybe it just sort of falls out of my pocket, covered with dirt.
Marius can tell that it's not working.
Yeah.
Shakes his way out of the falcon hood and pays the lady.
Like hop.
Yep.
I heard a cat meow.
There are several in this call.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Oh, you know what? It's probably one of Jacob's.
Yep.
It's gotta be.
Cool.
They're always guilty.
Yeah.
All right, so you're all Sly is back up to 100%.
Fully medicated.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
And remobilized.
I bet Belle has like the good shit too. It's probably almost medical grade.
Laudanum.
Ooh, wait, that could be high assist. I could have given like trance powder.
I want more drugs.
Yeah. Cool. And so were you doing something as well, Mike, or?
I've done all the things.
Okay. Because you mentioned maybe wanting to spend a coin and doing an extra thing.
I did a coin to...
That costs Sly's action, not yours.
Right, but I spent a coin to get my harm
removed,
my sunburn.
Awesome.
I go into an anti-tanning salon.
Lay in a darkness bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a dark sucker.
You look at the dark hold for a while. Take some sand damage. Cool. So yeah, Ogre and Crow, you're boating across from Lawndale back to Gastown Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice like some plumes of smoke erupting in a couple places around the city.
Okay.
That's concerning.
Are there any like landmarks we can make out as being like important to us, or?
So there's one sort of like sort of inland from Gastown Harbor, but it's moving towards the water.
Mm-hmm.
There's one from the headquarters of the Church of the Holy Ecstasy of the Flesh. There's one from Bell's Creepy Club. And there's one from like Granville proper. And I imagine Bell's Creepy Club like moves around a bunch.
I am probably most concerned with the Granville one. Because that's where Nora lives.
Is that where she lives, or is that just where her office, like her workshop is?
I imagine that her apartment is like right above her shop.
Cool. Awesome. And I'm assuming the you head back to base to pick up the other two.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not driving, but that would probably be a good idea.
And
You can suggest it.
as you head
Yeah.
into Gastown Harbor, you notice that the source of the commotion appears to be just like a bunch of shambling people leaking green goo on the ground.
Oh, wait.
See, but only Sly saw that, I think.
Yeah, last time.
And didn't tell
Yeah.
anybody, and basically like
No.
ate the job offer.
Yeah.
And it's
He didn't
fine.
give these things to me.
I mean, we can't be mad at him because we don't know that he held out on us about that.
Yeah. So maybe like as we're pulling in, Crow's driving and Ogre's got one of those the spyglass or whatever, and he's like,
Uh-huh.
hey, remember that time when there was that person who was snakes?
Yes, Ogre, I do remember.
Okay.
You told Belle immediately to shoot her when I
Yeah. Okay, so these it looks like there's green people, and that's not supposed to be a thing. Like, I don't judge people based on skin color, but they're making smoke and dripping goo, and they're green.
I don't judge
But you
people
will
by
judge
the
them.
color of goo they leave as a trail behind them.
told.
Right, but based upon the quantity of snakes contained within their boneless forms.
Yes.
Oh boy. Cool. So we're heading back to the base. Are they actually near our base?
No, they seem to be sort of like almost in between Broadway and Gastown, and they're heading to like what's left of that iceberg aircraft carrier thing.
Oh, I see.
The what was it called
Is
again?
that still floating around?
From Eclipse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're
Oh,
iceberg.
we call it
warehouse.
the winter solstice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so probably heading back. Can we see how they're starting a fire?
I mean, it's just generally like riots and like a couple.
Okay.
Some of them are being like stabbed and then like thrown onto giant pyres to be burned. It seems like the Gastown police are doing their best to like contain this, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I
like
have a lot
it
of
seems to be
confidence.
outside of their grasp.
Yeah.
Like many things. Okay, so heading back, giving Belle and Sly a quick update that shit's going down in town.
And I'm assuming your boat has like some kind of radio on it, and so there's like the emergency broadcast on all channels. And it's basically just like calling all able bodies. A bounty is being awarded for every person, like every infected that you are able to subdue and bring to justice. And effectively,
Being
it's
infected a crime.
yes, basically yes. This is a city unafraid of the jackbooted stomp of martial law, and yes, infection is a crime and punishable by death under like, the Clean Blood Act of 1905.
That's super encouraging for me and Nora.
Clean Blood Act?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna want Belle for this.
Yep. We're y'all are gonna all have to put on your punching pants for this one.
I don't think you want to punch them, okay? Okay.
They'll probably be fine.
Yeah, I do.
The punching pants are waterproof.
They're hip waders.
Oh
They're
god.
more like nipple waiters.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Belle's always bent over so far. Um, so yeah, you
Okay.
pile into oh god, what was the
Quickly,
now
children, to the
you can't see me? Was that the name of your boat?
Now you see me.
Now you see me,
Fogmobile.
Yeah.
and head over to Granville.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just like a group of people who seem to just be like Belle and Ogre, because you actually interacted with Mercy back on Vancouver Island. They definitely seem a lot less put together than she was. Like they seem to sort of melt in direct sunlight after a little while, and just like leave behind basically deflated skin and a puddle of green goo.
But we're supposed to capture them alive?
No.
No.
Oh, well, then they're dead.
Yeah,
I
you
fire
got
Ogre at them.
Yeah, you got permission to cut them all down.
Are they in like side of a city, or are they like on the waterfront?
They're definitely like milling about, but they all seem to be drawn towards a restaurant. And Nora's probably pointed this restaurant out to Crow a couple times before. Like, oh man, I wonder when they're actually going to be open, because they always seem to have like a close sign up, and all of the windows have like the blinds down. But they're all totally milling around there, and like we're pretty sure one of them just like punched through the glass in the window, and they're bleeding green goo everywhere. But like
Great.
others are climbing over their torso and getting inside the restaurant.
I just probably assumed it was money laundering and nothing beyond that. But like
Welcome to
seeing this
Vancouver.
is super super disconcerting. But like Nora's store and everything seems fine, just the restaurant.
Yeah, it's like probably within like riot damage range. Like it's a
Yeah,
couple
okay.
doors, like a block
Yeah.
up one way sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Cool. I'm actually gonna go on ahead because I'm not reckless. What are you talking about?
Awesome.
I gotta prove stuff for my lady.
Mm-hmm. Is Nora with you?
No.
Okay. Wow, you left her in the base?
I probably said maybe she should lock her doors, sort of thing, until we like can see more on the situation.
Oh god. Attack on Titan Ogre would actually be terrifying. So yeah, what's
Dead on arrival.
what's Crow doing? Like what are you trying to accomplish? Other than just rushing up there alone.
I guess I'm mostly trying to go around the building to see if there's another entrance in there.
There's totally a back door, but like there's basically like a zombie apocalypse quantity of people trying to like zombie their way into this building. The slow zombies for now. Also, someone just deflated a cat slightly.
Was that
The PSI on the cat was too high. We just
Yeah.
Yay!
that cat does look deflated.
Yep.
I mean, the cat will probably get
Girl.
more traction if you give it another like 5 pounds of air.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Because if you go around a corner in that thing, it's just gonna slide right up in front of you.
You're gonna get a blowout. It's gonna be bad for everybody.
Oh god. So we got permission to
You have a license to kill these things.
Cool. You know what? I'm gonna pull out my gun and actually fire at something.
Awesome.
Is it just the cutest gun that you've ever seen?
It's very pretty. It's gilded and stuff.
Did Nora knit it a gun cozy?
Yeah. Okay. So
All right,
I
roll
am
hunt.
alone. All right. Risky, controlled, like.
It's controlled right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Limited?
no, probably standard. Like they're
Okay.
actually no, it'll be limited because you're firing to a crowd, but that's fine.
Okay. Controlled, limited. Gonna push myself because
Because you're
I
reckless.
totally. Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad for
Okay.
one die.
Oh wait, shit! I messed up. The 3 isn't
Yeah,
supposed to be there.
that's fine.
So we just get to pick which one we don't want to have count anymore. That's great.
No,
It's
I
the
added
last
two
die, Chris.
I added 2 bonus die when I meant to add 2 stress.
I'm just being stupid. Just ignore me pretty much all the time.
Done.
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, let's like paint us a picture of what that looks like, because these things like just splatter, but you also definitely have attracted the ire of the horde.
Oh yeah. So first off, I'm probably shooting any that are trying to climb into the broken window.
I That's like kind of a bunch, but yeah.
Yeah. But definitely one that's in the process of climbing through the window.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the bullet sails through, like, through and through. It's, like, in the back, goes through, like, 3 foot of torso and comes out the shoulder. Like, you got them sort of lying down. And, like, yeah, it's the same sort of noise that cat just made. Like, they're... as, like, they just deflate on this broken glass and, like... this like glassy-eyed horde turns towards you and begins to shamble.
Great. This is fine.
Sly, you've got reflexes. Do you want to dive in there, or
am I there? I thought
I just ran ahead.
Crow
ran ahead, but I mean, you've got reflexes, so you've got.
So I could already be there.
Well, I mean, basically, like, anytime I'm saying something, if you haven't just done a thing, feel free to be like, no, I want to stop that because I am that fast.
Fair enough. I'm going to let that play out for a little while.
Awesome. Ogre, your nerd buddy is getting mobbed by, like, zombie mercy knot things.
Okay. Ogre's not super cool with the whole memory of what these things were last time. What? Stop, cat.
It's your turn.
She's
apparently.
the cat and you got to deal with it.
Yeah. So I think he's gonna back away slowly for a minute.
Awesome.
Fair weather friend.
He's haunted by this.
I know.
Like, literally, that was the job that caused him to become haunted.
Yeah, so for him, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to assess the situation and look for easy exits when this invariably goes bad, because I know how these kind of things go when you have bags of fucking snakes.
Cool.
Is that survey?
That would be survey, yes.
All right. Doot.
Not bad.
Not terrible.
Yeah, could have gone worse.
Yeah.
You absolutely notice that they're closing in, and like the first like sort of alley you look down, you notice there's like a shambling wall of just useless plasticine bodies wandering towards you. And like you're pretty sure you could like barrel your way past them. But they'd probably get like that shitty goo on you. Plus, I mean, you could barrel past them, but you've got some, crow with you.
I have to be alive to go on that double date with you.
What's
Are you
Bella
shouting that?
No. I mean, I could, though.
Yeah.
Well,
Guys, we should go. We can go through here.
What's Belle up to? I'm assuming shooting all of the things.
Yeah, but I was trying to decide if this would be a useful one of the sharpshooter abilities is unleash a barrage of rapid fire to suppress the enemy. I don't know if that actually comes into play here, but it sounds like it might.
That would
I
absolutely
think
come into
so.
play here. I'm imagining that like you do that scene from the Boondock Saints where you just pull out like 6 pistols in succession and fire them until they're empty, and then you go for the next set, sort of thing.
Maybe Sly's reloading them for you.
He's just following behind.
Yeah.
The last one dropped.
And Marius is helping.
Well, like-
All the loaders back together.
Yeah.
filling the-
Well, like reloading them and then also like pickpocketing them onto you so you don't even notice, and you just keep going for the same set of guns and like Reaper dropping them.
It's like the Matrix.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to take some stress here to
Yeah, so that'll you
'cause
push
it's
yourself to do
push
that.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get either
I'll
the
take-
extra effect or the extra die. And you get to just shoot an entire group of people at once.
2 6s.
Nice.
Good God.
Crit.
So yeah, how do you deal with this mob? Like, do you shoot all of them to death?
Yeah, I think that it starts off as like trying to get them away from an area,
Mhm.
like in the classic sense of suppression fire, and they just kind of wander into the shots because that's what they do.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I continue doing that until Sli's can't keep up anymore, or it's done.
Or you're just like out of bullets for Sly to steal temporarily
Yeah.
until you
Yeah.
somehow manifest
we-
more.
Until we hit a recharge station. Yeah.
Yeah. So you mow through like a solid 50 of these things, and then you hear from inside the restaurant, someone asks you to someone says stand down, and you hear like a barrage of gunfire coming from inside the restaurant and like at the rest of the horde. They're like, you can get inside if you want, like right now. But I don't know how much longer we can hold them off. But holy crap, did you ever just, pull our asses out of the fire?
I go right on in.
Like you own the fucking place?
Yeah. This is my town.
So there's totally like an emblem.
Bell has recovered. Or Crow, him.
There's totally like an emblem on the wall
Mhm.
that you instantly recognize, which is to say that it's the icon of the Northwest Mounted Police.
Oh, great.
Apparently, this was a listening post of theirs.
Uh-huh.
And Sly, you probably recognize that voice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's your friend Stephanie. Apparently, she's been monitoring this post.
And it's her and who else? In there?
There's just like a bunch of red shirts inside as well.
Right.
Probably like more important than actual red shirts, but not by much.
Your fancy red shirts.
Yeah, they're fancy red shirts with a Mountie hat.
That's a level up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's like a prestige class. And she sees you and she's like, "Holy shit, Sly! I was that you out there?" Or and then looks and sees Belle and she's like, "Oh, well then. Thanks for pulling my ass out of the fire. I honestly didn't expect that from you."
Well, I just sort of do the like the game show host thing where I just sort of point to the prize. We have our fancy gun woman over here.
Yep. The one woman bullet dispenser.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and she's like, that was holy shit, for one. And for two, I think we can take it from here. Yeah, holy shit.
Well, I mean, we just want to make sure that everything inside is safe.
It definitely seems that way. I mean, our captive in the
Our,
basement.
our team of security specialists that excel at object relocation and somebody who has words should continue the phrase that I'm using here.
We punch shit good. We need to get out of here.
No. And like Belle like surreptitiously pulls over to the side and like and stage whispers, "We can steal their shit if we say it right."
I'm probably like rubbing the bridge of my nose, like, okay, like,
Stuff isn't important right now. We need to get out of here.
I thought I killed everything.
I'm sorry.
For now.
So she said that they can handle it.
Yeah, she figures they can handle it from here because Belle has so thoroughly thinned the horde.
I mean, we could move on, and I'm not really that interested in whoever this captive is in the basement because I really don't want to meet whoever the Northwest Mounted Police are going to take as a captive.
Have in a secret listening post prison.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, for that checkpoint, I actually brought documents for that because I really don't like. So Crow's fine with messing with the Gastown police, but not the Northwest Mounties.
Okay.
So
Can I
we'll
just,
probably.
Can I just sort of idly strike a match or strike a spark flint or whatever I happen to have?
Yep.
And sort of light one of the piles of goo on fire to see if it burns. You gotta
Yeah,
see whether fire works.
it combusts like better than you would expect moist goo to combust. It's not explosive, but it is definitely exothermic once you give it that nudge.
Does Stephanie or anyone react to Sly just starting a fire?
Stephanie's probably just like, we can use that, I think, and like maybe heads downstairs to pick up some incendiary rounds.
You said the other areas affected were Gastown Harbor.
Gastown Harbor, Lever in the West End, and the Church of the Holy Ecstasy of the Flesh.
Isn't Bella interested in saving her club?
Yeah, I mean, I can make another one, but yeah, we should go check that out.
Because otherwise I was gonna say maybe Gastown Harbor because I really don't trust the Gastown Guard. The only reason I went to Granville first is because of Nora. Oh, what about Ogre? What does Ogre think we should do?
Get out of here now.
Yeah, but after that.
Hide? Hide dig a hole and go hide in it.
I think he's Varric and this is Red Lyrium.
But he loves Red Lyrium in my playthrough.
Yeah, Varric's like totally addicted to that stuff.
You're both monsters, and I don't know you anymore.
Pick a place and I'll go.
Okay.
I'm not deciding this.
We'll go to Laverigas. Or does Sly want to go somewhere specific?
No, I've moved on to sort of
Science.
poking the puddles with a stick.
Okay.
The goo doesn't seem like too responsive, and you're not sure. Actually, roll me a study.
Sure.
Which you might not be very good at, but that's fine.
No.
That's 1 6 and a 4. That's really not bad at all.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's the lowest though so far.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're not sure what means this like infection, as they call it, seems to communicate itself by, and you're pretty sure calling it an infection is actually like a misnomer. Like it doesn't seem to spread like diseases would. And being a person who lives primarily out of trash cans, you're familiar with the spread of disease.
To some extent.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question. What did Sly do with the green men when he saw them last session?
I just flew on by.
Oh!
And you dumped like a pocket of soot on it.
Yeah.
And it like was incensed at that and just kind of melted in your general direction.
That was
Okay.
the extent of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then some lady offered him a job that he was like, nah.
No thanks. Where did she say I could find her, though?
At the
She said-
headquarters of the Church of the Holy Ecstasy of the Flesh.
Right.
Does Sly want to suggest we go there?
Yeah. Let's may as well head over there.
I mean, there was a fire there too,
Mhm.
right? Okay, cool. So we'll go on over there.
Can we convince Stephanie to send a contingent with us, or maybe go with us herself?
I mean, you can totally try. Like, are you gonna convince her to abandon this post?
Well, she seems to have enough people, right? She's got some red shirts to spare.
It's her and like 2 red shirts. Like
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's a pretty skeleton crew here.
Hmm.
Their function primarily seems to be serving as like listening posts.
Mhm.
There is like a bureau, like a conspiracy wall of intelligence if somebody also wants to like take a swing at studying that in the corner. But it sounds like you guys were moving on, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. To the church. This is like really strange for Crow because he never willingly goes to the church.
But you
tip
take
my
Nora to
hat at
church.
Stephanie, and then sort of back my way out of the establishment and sort of halfway trip.
You don't need to go to church to find ecstasy of the flesh.
Take me to church. Yeah, no, Steph probably does like the, like, I don't quite know what's up with my weird uncle, but hey, despite the fact that like you're not related, but she's just like,
Yeah.
like it's that look. She's just like that. Yep, that sure wasn't. Well, cool. And so you boat on over to the church.
Mhm.
Cool.
Can we like stop at the club just on the way?
Sure. We could get a general. Are they in opposite directions?
From where you are, they're sort of like they're both towards like the west end.
Okay.
But sort of one's on the ocean side and one's harbor side. And I'm gonna say it's the church on the ocean side.
Sure. We could do that.
I'm just curious to see if the same thing's happening over there.
Yep, that's fine.
This is a totally unrelated fire.
It's Fire Sale Friday, where they literally sell fire. It just seems to be like a sort of similar thing. Like I'm assuming this club is on a rooftop, and it looks like a hallway in a Marvel Netflix series, like just like unconscious green bodies and like a few dead like security people, but definitely they're giving better than they got. And as you sort of like move up through the building, there's sort of more of the club security people and fewer of the slime beings, until you get to sort of the top, and there's a couple smoldering corpses, like as though people were lit on fire.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big fucking person who doesn't seem to be like leaking the green slime, but there's like they're weeping it a little bit, and they seem like they're about the size of Ogre, but like it's almost kind of Frankenstein's monster. Like one arm appears to be from one person and another arm appears to be from another, and like yeah, it's a Franken being. And they're just sort of like punching at these double reinforced steel doors that apparently the club has fallen back behind.
Unless Sly's doing something, Ogre's just gonna. He doesn't like things being as big as him and
Mhm.
also monsters.
Mhm.
So
Because
I'm going.
Ogre's not a monster
Ogre.
at all.
No, well, technically, but Ogre. I heard these guys say that they could punch harder than you. That you were just like a little girly ogre, and that they were the real deal, and they wouldn't believe them, and until you punch them.
I don't think any of that's true. I mean, like that thing probably can't. Shut up, Belle. And
It's called motivation.
Is this Bell
Um,
helping Ogre with a
Yeah,
skirmish
I'm
roll? So Bell can take 1 stress and Ogre can add an extra die.
totally.
I'm gonna put on. I'm gonna use one of my my weapons I've got.
Okay.
It's gonna be a scary weapon or tool. Basically, it's like elbow length metal gauntlets that are just covered in like spikes and blades and stuff.
And you just carry those around in your back pocket until.
I have a case.
Okay.
Oh, what if it was like that Legend of Korra Electro Gauntlet, like it's electroplasm
Totally could be.
with spikes.
I was about to say maybe the spikes like they conduct little. There's little arcs of weird ghost shit happening there.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So I guess I don't know if this is a thing. You will tell me. Would Ghost Fighter work in this? It says combat versus the supernatural,
Oh.
not specifically ghosts.
Specifically the supernatural, then yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my extra die from Bell.
Mhm.
Is this risky?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. Standard. Well, hold on.
It'll be
Gain potency, so
yeah.
great.
It'll be great because of the weapon.
Okay.
And it will be, and then extreme because of your Ghost Fighter. So if you're
Okay.
using both, then you shift it up twice.
I don't have that option, so.
So yeah, just roll it great, and we'll know it's extreme.
Okay. I got a 6.
God, yeah, you did.
Extreme cheddar.
Yeah. So I mean, like, you don't kill it yet. But what do you do to this poor thing that stops short of actual thorough, complete destruction?
Maybe like a 1-2 punch to the shoulder area that just kind of blows the shoulder meats out,
Mhm.
so it can't really lift its arms.
So I mean, yeah, you could probably just rip one arm right off of the thing.
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna do that and just beat the shit out of it with its own arm. That's
Yeah.
the thing I do now.
Cool. Yep. There's precedent for that. Yeah.
Stealing boats and ripping arms.
Disarming people. Hey, it's a cat.
Where?
It just slunked behind you on your webcam.
Oh, okay. I don't have a cat.
So yeah. Bell, let's narrate your fantastic
Guess who-
gun shootery.
No, we can
Guess-
skip right by
Guess who
that.
just got shot in the back? Yo.
Oh, that's a good one. I shoot Ogre.
Oh, it's a different cat. Oh, that's a token. I kind of think like, so what happens here? I think is, Ogre, you rip the thing's arm off, and it kind of goes like sprawling. Bell goes to line up the shot, and just like the sprawling motion of the thing, it totally should have landed right where Bell put that bullet, but it almost like catches itself with its one arm, its one remaining arm, and it's just like other arm socket is just gooing everywhere, and like does a one-handed push-up sort of thing, and like somersaults out of it, lands on its feet, and it's basically just gonna pick up Bell and squeeze. So
I love me.
Is this the thing where my bodyguard thing would kick in when I could try to protect her, or is that too late?
I mean, yeah, how would you take... I think because bodyguard is like you take the blow for her.
Yeah. Is there any way like I could, I don't know, try to push her out of the way or something when that thing's about to get her?
Yeah, you see it somersault and you like say nuts to that. I'm gonna get... Yeah.
Bell, move! And there's like a
Get
hard
down,
shove,
Mrs.
and,
President.
and this thing grabs me like Hulk grabs Loki by the leg.
Yeah. And like actually manages to pick you up. It doesn't like get like with Bell. It probably could have done the Hulk grabbing Loki thing.
Yeah.
But with you, it just sort of like lifts you up to about 30 degrees and then drops you 5 feet. So are you rolling? What does bodyguard do? Mechanically.
When you protect a teammate, take +1d to your resist roll. When you gather info to anticipate possible threats, get +1 effect.
Cool. So yeah, resist with prowess and add an extra die,
All right.
which I think is 2 extra dice because you have that forged in fire thing. But it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me see what the other 6 would be, or the other d6 would be.
If you get a 6 on it, you clear 1 stress. Nope.
3.
Cool. So yeah, what happens instead?
Do I maybe like distract it long enough for Bell to get, or for somebody to get a clear shot at it?
Well, I mean, so it's making its attack, and you're just negating it somehow.
Oh, okay. I got you. You know that thing like on Zelda where when you fall from high enough, you do this cool duck roll thing? I do that,
You just parkour roll out of it.
but like bigger. Yeah.
Mhm.
So when I've been training with my sister, I kind of picked up a few things from her as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's like tiny and nimble and
Yeah.
stuff. Cool.
So as I get back into fighting pose, I say, "Thanks, Mina."
And across town, Mina just smiles for some reason.
Start singing, "You're
Crow or
welcome."
Sly, what's happening?
Is this thing still sort of tumbling around and
Yeah,
active?
it seems to be doing like a weird tumble-based martial art. Also based on like gravity and also its giant hand. It's weird and hard to predict, and it kind of moves in like almost a stop motion fashion, which just adds an extra air of creepiness to it.
Is
So
it
I
wearing,
can't really time it.
Is it wearing shoes and or pants?
Yes. Yes
Both?
and yes. Yes.
Can I sort of dive in there and quickly tie his shoes together? Does it have laces?
Yep. No, it totally has laces.
Wait,
Oh, that's excellent.
Or maybe the 1 to 3 consequence is it's wearing loafers. Yeah, that sounds desperate to me. Because
Yeah,
you're like willingly getting underfoot of this giant.
yeah.
Oh, it's a cat
What are you
again.
doing, you idiot?
Welcome to cats.
Yeah.
Anything to
That's
say?
cutie.
no.
So yeah, that sounds like finesse.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So yeah, let's see how quickly Sly can tie laces. Nice. So yeah, mark XP in I think finesse is prowess.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so you get 1 XP in that track. And yeah, I think you totally you definitely get its shoelaces tied together, and then it like tips over and goes to just land on you. This will probably be like a level 2 harm of like broken ribs.
Can I roll out of the way?
I mean, yeah, you can totally resist. That'll
Does
be
that mean
prowess.
resist?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you take an extra die on your prowess roll. Because your gang has
Forged in fire.
Right. Yeah.
Which that thing is paying dividends already.
Yes, you take 1 stress
Hmm.
to roll out of the way of this tumbling giant.
Maybe he landed on my cloak and I got to pull it out from under him.
Yeah. And Marius squawks because now that cloak is all stretched out. What the hell?
Yeah.
And covered in weird Frankengoo.
That makes it
It
better.
already was.
That can be burned away.
That's a bonus.
It's
Burned away. Does he have an asbestos cloak?
Yes. Do you not?
Okay.
Deep knot, yeah.
What's Crow up to?
It's still alive.
Oh yeah. It's
Um,
prone at this
Now.
point. But it
Okay,
seems to
I'm
be trying to
probably
like
gonna-
axe kick itself up.
Yeah. I was thinking I would probably try running it through with my cane sword.
Cool.
Sly, would you like to assist me? Like while you're maybe you tripped it or something? Like when it tried getting back up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I will.
Goodbye, Token.
She'll take 1 stress for that.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll sort of distract him somehow if he's actually paying attention.
I mean, you've got an extra long cape now.
Yeah, maybe I can sort of swish
Put
it
it
over his eyes. Right?
Yeah. Can I hear a devil's bargain?
Um,
Nora breaks up with you.
That's not worth pursuing.
I think the devil's bargain here is going to be something like, either your sword is like corroded by this thing's blood, so it'll stop being like a fine sword until you can get it fixed up.
De-good.
Yeah. Or, and this one is possibly more fun, you rupture something inside of it, and Crow becomes symptomatic.
Ooh.
Systematic.
That's evil. I like it.
Like, you start showing early signs of the infection.
Oh, I'm gonna take the sword if I still can.
Nah, I think it's the symptom one.
Okay, I'm not gonna take the devil's bargain and just go with the one. Is this risky, like desperate, risky?
This will be
control?
risky.
Okay.
I don't know. She sounds desperate to avoid goo person.
Cool. Yeah. So I mean, that's totally what happens. Is like, Sly, like it calms down a bit, not unlike a bird when you put like the cape over its eyes, Sly, and it sort of like relaxes. And in that moment, Crow just like steps forward and jams the sword straight through this thing to like the hilt.
Mm-hmm.
I think what happens is like the tip of your sword will be broken off a bit. Your sword is still perfectly fine as is, but you've left some physical evidence behind under this thing that you won't notice until it's too late.
Okay, but as far as I know, it's dead and everything's fine.
Yep.
Cool.
And then like a few minutes like after this thing's like, it still kind of has some death throes going on. But you know, a few dozen seconds later, it seems to sort of like finally settle down and be dead. And then you know, there's like the door cracks open. And like, oh hey Bill. Thanks.
I do deliveries now.
They're like, yeah, no, we hear this stuff burns with like an odd intensity, and we're pretty sure if we like sear steak with that fire, it might be interesting.
You know that
You're muted again, Mike.
I mean, that's the thing you could do. You just have to unmute yourself first.
Mhm.
Just be careful not to get goo person in the food because, you know, as you know, because of the clean blood law passed in 1905, this allows us
Which is
to
this
have,
year, like it just passed, sort of thing.
right, and like the Bells. This is the first time Belle's heard of it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
she's just repeating it constantly.
Yeah, no, it
You
like
know, and this allows us to have a level of freedom, of unfettered freedom that we did not enjoy in the past. So let's make sure that we all do our part to ensure clean blood remains a thing that we can enjoy together.
yeah, no, and it's totally like they passed it today to legalize murdering goo people. Jordan laughed so hard she disconnected from the internet, possibly.
happens.
So the best part, I think, is
A lady will not allow you to watch her eat.
Yep. So yeah, they drag.
Mike's no lady.
Yeah, muted Mike is possibly the scariest version of Mike. And yeah,
You can't hear him coming.
like 3 or 4 people just like pop out of the club and drag drag the corpse of this monstrosity back into the club.
Licking their lips,
Oh,
they
yeah.
drag the monster inside.
Yeah.
Wait, we need. I think we need part of that for like to get paid.
I mean, you've got the arm.
Never mind. I was holding the arm. Never mind.
I'm still holding the arm. Also, it's like moving.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it does wriggle occasionally.
The hand is holding me
Yeah.
back as
Yeah,
well.
no, like it's like you're holding its
It's
hand.
caressing your shoulder.
Well, it does like the little
Ogre-
thumb thing on the back of your palm.
Oh,
Does Ogre shout that he's armed?
I think we made that exact joke last time.
hey guys.
The last time
Um,
Ogre ripped somebody's arm off, you mean?
Guys, somebody needs to take this, and like Ogre puts it down and then leans over the side of the roof and just starts throwing up.
Well, and like as soon as you set it down, it starts doing like the thing from the Addams Family and like slowly walking over to you. It stands on like its stump and like pats your back as you vomit off the side of this building.
It holds your hair.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm so there he is. Get it?
No, you don't want to pat. You want to like rub up and down along the spine.
It doesn't know
Yeah,
that.
I prefer circles.
I prefer nobody be within 2 blocks of me because that's the effective range of the audio that I generate.
It's like 50 decibels of whales in a blender.
God. That's
You're welcome.
That's great radio.
That's good radio. It's evocative and it sounds like whales in a blender. So first Belle will give you a lace kerchief after you've vomited.
And is it embroidered
And,
CM? Sibel Manette.
I'm having a name collision. CM.
Sibel Manette.
Oh, SM.
Oh, is it S? Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the initials.
There we go. I figured somebody would get it. No, it's not embroidered.
Okay.
And then afterwards, she'll say, it's okay. That happened to me the first time I came here too.
This isn't Ogre's first time here, though.
Yeah, but it's funny, so I'm
That's
saying
fair.
it.
I'm not dealing with these things again after tonight unless I'm making way more money. This is not worth it.
Look at it this way. We don't know how much money we're making. It could be a lot.
However much it is, it's not enough. Everybody has a thing. These things are my thing. We need to solve this because if this keeps going, I'm going to have to find another job.
Let's go to the church.
So I'm
Because,
assuming-
I mean, they've got
Is
it
there any-
all handled here.
Is there any evidence that we can gather from this? I mean, do we?
the arm.
Does that
we-
tell us anything?
Oh, like you want to like research stuff.
Yeah, Sly, you know how to do that, right?
Apparently.
I think the max study roll in the party is 0, unless Ogre has 1.
I have
no,
one.
I have
Okay.
study.
Study or survey, and I think it would definitely be more study than survey. Would be the order here.
The hand that Ogre had.
Yeah, or just like the situation in general, like the space in the room, and try to figure out why they were here. I guess. What
Tactics, the actions, the location.
You tell me what questions you're trying to answer.
Okay.
Bell helps for one stress.
Cool.
I guess I'm going to try to see if there's some sort of pattern for the goo, like if they're like following orders from something, or if something nearby is affecting them to make them attack these certain places. Because
Roll it.
one from Bell helping.
Mm-hmm. So you're not sure why. You're not sure so far. Like you've got sort of 2 data points, and connecting those dots. Like it could be a few things. But I mean, like the club definitely attracts sort of like a varied crowd of patrons.
Clientele.
And I mean, just from what you know of like the church, and actually, you don't know that the church
Yeah.
was studying these things.
Nope.
Uh,
But I mean, this
like-
does seem that would be against their beliefs.
oh yeah, no, like this is definitely anathema to what you know about the church, and like the teachings that Nora has like sort of just like explained to you as things that are the background radiation of her life. Because you know, good couples talk about things, and so that's
Yep.
come up, and you know, maybe Crow was actually listening that time.
I mean, he is actually interested in differences in beliefs between their two cultures, which is like one of the main attractions to a relationship. Like both of them were willing to look at the other side, but not like forsake their own.
Right. So yeah, like that's like this definitely seems like something that the church would hate, and you're pretty sure they probably had some ink in the pot when it came to writing that clean blood bill.
Yeah. Okay, but everyone else seems a-okay here at the club.
Yeah, I mean, like there's definitely corpses downstairs.
Yeah.
That have just been like beaten, bloodied, and like bitten, and just like
Mm-hmm.
all of the sort of things that you would expect a horde of shambling zombies to do to someone
Mm-hmm.
has been done to them.
Nice.
And also just like a few of them show signs of like extremely being picked up and compressed in the chest area.
That is way above my pay. Yeah, we're gonna go check out the church and see what we can learn from them.
Cool. You pull up and there's sort of like this is definitely the largest concentration you've seen yet. For the church, I'm picturing there's sort of like two bell towers that don't quite make it up to like the apex of the one main steeple, and in those bell towers there are snipers just more or less constantly pouring rounds into this crowd. And yeah, Bell, like you're pretty sure that that's a feature of this structure and not at all accidental. And yeah, there's a couple like sort of deep scars in the ground. They've got like an actual perimeter established. Like it's a rough perimeter, but they've got like some temporary fencing erected sort of thing. Like they've got some barrier set up that seems to be repelling them, at least holding them at bay for now. And it's just like a crappy chain link fence, but it seems to be doing the job while people pick them off. And there's, you know, some people down in front of the grounds who have either smaller arms than the rifles of the people up top, and there's also people with you know, knives or like dueling swords, and they're cutting down the people who get inside.
Um,
And
Does
yeah, no,
anyone
that's
else-
totally the like gothic ass style of architecture I'm picturing.
Yeah, when you were describing it, I was like, Bloodborne?
Yeah.
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Bloodborne what? Cool. Who wants to take a turn leading? So, like, I led for the Gastown or Granville area. Belle led for the Lever area.
Is this the church that I worked for and gave them ghost shit?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I know these guys. Just follow me and we'll get this stupid night done.
Is it night?
It's like 4 p.m.
There- If this was a cartoon, there would just be a cloud floating over Ogre's head.
Yep. All right, Ogre, what are you doing?
How many things are between us and like the main entrance to this cathedral?
It's like a swarm of bodies. If you
My son then takes a session to recharge, right?
Yeah, I think it's like a once per session thing, but that would definitely be a viable way of carving a path.
I was gonna say, do we want to throw a bomb?
Bell, do you have that crazy gun?
Yeah, I do, but I've never shot it without Crow standing downrange.
Wouldn't be the same.
Here, look.
And suddenly Jordan's
And
camera
that
blinks
got
back
the
on.
camera back.
Yeah.
So Ogre takes a knee and he pats his shoulder, and like he holds his hand up like I'm gonna hold the
you're
gun
Max.
for support. Yeah.
Because I've seen this movie. Cool.
We don't have to roll afterwards to go mop.
And you're probably going to take harm for being like next to the barrel of this thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Do I get a bonus die for that?
if Ogre is helping, yes, but Ogre, you will take harm from this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Means to an end.
Ogre
Like
is credit
he is
15.
I'm going to stand far away in the opposite.
he is so eager to have this shit done with. Like just put the fucking howitzer on my shoulder. I don't care.
All right. I'm also taking 2 stress.
Okay. I'll offer you a devil's bargain.
Just gonna punch right through that church, aren't you?
Fuck churches.
Basically.
Churches are on the oppressive authority.
Basically, it will it'll you'll aim a bit higher, like basically center mass, and instead of burying this like the scorch, like the just the sheer force of the sun in the ground, it'll carry on through the church.
Has the church done anything to me, or is it like does it help the oppressive government?
Yeah, they are definitely in bed with the monarchy.
They probably hate your club.
Oh yeah. They
To
hate
make
your
Ogre
club
sad?
and they hate your nationality. Without saying they hate your nationality, like I mean, some people in Neustria probably believe.
Well, they hate those people, right?
Yeah.
Hey, just try to kill the bad ones. These guys give me those angry juice things.
Okay,
Your rage essence.
Yeah.
I got it. Ogre, you can trust me. I'm a professional.
You're gonna take that devil's bargain, aren't you?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Where have I heard Belle say that before?
Just believe me. Nice. Was that with 2 bonus dice?
Nope, just the one.
Okay. Roll another d6 because Ogre helped you. And maybe you get a 6 on it. Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, like you carve a bloody swath like 15 feet in, I almost said meters, which would be a very different thing. 15 feet in diameter through this thing. Like you part the green sea functionally. And like Ogre, take level 2 harm or resist it. Down to 1. Because like you're not getting out of this entirely unscathed. But yeah, Belle, like what does your sun cannon look like when it like blows out the front, like a corner of this church basically? And does it blow up a bell tower?
What's my level 1 harm?
Like sunburnt.
Charred?
The sun.
Wouldn't it be something like ringing?
No, like
No, I think
the
it's
barrel
quiet,
was resting on him.
Oh.
but it sounds like it's just like it's just.
Yeah.
And then
No, it's the Reaper noise.
Yeah.
Might I offer Crispy for a level 1 heart?
Crispy
I think Crispy is what.
CHR.
God damn it.
Gloriously incandescent is
Yes.
beautiful. Slash.
Gloriously Incandescent is possibly the level 4 harm, which is to say the lethal version.
Yeah.
I have
Now I
another
too am like the sun.
Yeah.
Is there a fire? And does it spread out from the green goo that were lit up?
I mean, yeah, no, they
Yeah.
definitely combust. Like, so within 15 feet, like in sort of like a very, like it's
I
a
don't want
cone.
to destroy a wall, but I will destroy as much decorative structure. Like a tower comes down, but
Yeah.
not into the church.
Okay.
As long as it falls out of the. Well, that'll kill a lot of people, won't it?
How many snipers do you kill?
Well, they're not as good as me, or else.
Yeah, they'd have a sun
I
cannon.
mean, it's survival of the fittest, right?
Mhm.
So I proved my superiority over.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
That's just science. So yeah, this like it starts out as like a 15-foot wide cone, and just like it gets wider, but not sort of rapidly as you get away from the barrel of this gun. But like the kill zone of this thing, because their blood is shall we say exothermic when combined with heat, like it's probably closer to like 50 feet. Like the ones within 15 feet are just gone. They're vaporized before the reaction can occur. But like the 15 to 20 foot range combust and explode, not unlike bombs, because it's a lot more of this exothermic goo that's going off, and it just sort of starts like a shallow chain reaction. So yeah, you've got like a path, and it melted the fence. The bell tower definitely fell. The sniper that was up that is very dead, and sort of like a corner of this church, and all of its like stained glass sort of just falls away from the rest of the structure.
Cool.
No, not cool. Hot.
Super hot.
Effective.
We got permission to kill the green goo,
Mhm.
not the church. Bell.
It's all green goo to me.
Line of duty, you know? Some things just happen in the line of duty, and like how many people did he just kill to save like most of the people in that church? Probably.
It turns out the church was empty.
Ogre turns around and looks at Bell with like one eyebrow still sizzling. He goes, I thought you said you were a professional.
So I lick my thumb and I put out the eyebrow.
I thought you just go straight for licking the eyebrow.
So I'm gonna do a fortune roll to see how like the people inside the church fared.
Okay.
Yeah, nice boxcars. They're fine.
In fact, like
We can't get the
I
pilot light on
destroyed-
the stove lit. Oh, there we go.
No, that definitely happens inside. They're just like, we can't get any of our pilot lights. Oh,
I want some popcorn. Whoa. Yay.
and yeah, no one other than that sniper up that tower died. So yeah, no, you are a professional, Bell. Good job.
How does the other sniper react to this?
Oh god, my eyes. Why did I just look at the sun? They'll probably be fine in a couple minutes. That happens to lots of people the first time. And like the few like you know the few goo people that remain are probably giving up the hunt and scattering.
Yeah, we should probably stop them. I would like to fire at one.
Cool.
Ogre, you should capture one of these guys alive.
Roll it, Crow.
I'm not gonna do anything pushing or otherwise.
Okay. So roll your hunt, which is 1 die.
It's not bad.
How does this go poorly for you? Were you trying to take like what were you trying to do? Kill it? Like what was the
Yeah,
goal?
I wanted to try stop it, like kill it or stop the ones that are running away.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, you kill one, but the
Mhm.
noise basically like the others all snap to action and like scatter. Before they were just like, we should just get out of here and like kind of shamble away. The sound of like more mundane gunfire like kicks them into action more, and they sort of like rabbit, like they're like jumping into barrels and like pulling the lid down and like climbing into sewers and just getting out of sight as fast as they can. But you
That's
killed one.
worrisome. Yay.
Hey, so those things like think.
Oh yeah. Saliva.
Noisy kitty.
Okay.
They're like cats or like smarter maybe.
That's a pretty low bar to clear.
Yeah.
That's worrisome. We'll have to talk about it with whoever set that bounty.
Nope, we're done. They can fuck off and solve it themselves.
Okay,
How many?
but
Did anybody keep track of how many we killed? That's the important part.
right, but if they escaped, they might show up on us later.
No,
I mean,
I
I think
would.
they've got your set now, Crow.
I would.
Or
We
not
only
Crow.
operate in a really small part of town, so I mean, really, that's somebody else's problem.
I would definitely never bring back this threat. Never.
You guys realize we're not like the good guys, right?
But we do get to like kill things for money.
Right. That's why I'm here to do things for money.
Okay.
So let's kill more things
I
for
don't
more
wanna-
money.
I don't want to turn into a green pile of snakes for some bullshit town that doesn't care if we live or die.
That's a pretty accurate descriptor.
Yeah. Let's go see about collecting payment for that.
There's one neighborhood left.
Oh, it
Fuck 'em.
was.
Fuck them. I'm driving. What neighborhood is it?
It's
The one you're
Gastown.
based out of.
Ah, fuck.
Did you forget that? Yeah, you did, but I mean, it's fine.
It's, okay. So
Ogre's
we're
had a
gonna
long
do that.
night. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. Ogre's had a very long night.
So we'll head back.
And so it's
And how?
the scene is this. So I mean, like you're boating up to that iceberg warehouse. And there's sort of like a number of these people on like the roof and sort of like aligned around the edges of sort of like this slowly melting iceberg, because it's not being maintained anymore. And when you're still like you can just sort of see these specks of people, like you've just been able to sort of tell that they're people. They all in pretty close to perfect unison jump into the water.
That's disturbing. What happens when they jump in the water?
The water starts to bubble and froth a little bit.
Does it spread out?
No, it concentrates
Okay.
as time goes on. And like as you continue to approach, like the frothing seems to sort of be like collecting itself more and more, and then just this
Oh no!
giant
Yeah.
giant squid just bursts out of the water, and it's got its like 8 terrifying powerful arms and its 2 giant tentacle things, and it's about to like smack the boat with one of its giant tentacles when just this lance of pure sunlight comes and cuts off that tentacle at the root and just like blaws past from basic like the governor's mansion in Lonsdale. You can trace it back like
Ogre, you should still punch it.
Release the kraken.
Bell, fuck you. You have a gun.
Yeah, but how many people have punched a squid? Come on.
Me. Twice.
Sounds like a
Punched. Oh, right. That actually did happen, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, twice.
This one is far larger than either of those squids, though. This would definitely be the largest squid you've ever punched.
Severa's not here, and I don't care about impressing any of you.
I love Haunted
puts
Ogre.
Crow puts puts like a hand over his wounded heart. Okay, but the squid. So the squid lost an arm.
One of its two tentacles, like the bigger, longer ones that have like the suckers on the end.
Yeah. But is it still trying to attack us?
It seems to be like, what the
Seems to be in the process.
fuck was that? As one of its limbs was just cauterized off. But it's
Ram the bullet through it.
yes,
Okay, we're doing this.
absolutely, Crow. Roll me a desperate finesse check.
This is fun. Desperate. Yes.
The devil's bargain is you like pass through the squid, and it definitely hurts the thing a lot. Well, depending on your roll,
Oh, I thought you meant it's a ghost.
but it's like a through and through.
And I was
Cool.
like, now it is my turn.
Okay, I'm gonna push myself for this.
Are you taking the devil's bargain?
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that so I don't take any more stress. And I can't see any way anyone can offer me assistance, so.
I mean, people could have.
That's cool. I like
Awesome.
it's sequential.
Yeah, we just needed a 1 and a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you ram like straight in to this like into this giant squid, and it definitely seems a lot less dense than squid should. Like they're
Oh,
normally like tough and rubbery, but like this thing just seems to like dissolve as the boat passes through it, and it definitely seems to hurt a lot. Because that's great effect, so that's 3.
Hey.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so when we're driving through, does anybody want to throw a bomb into this thing?
I have 0 in Tinker and Wreck.
I mean, I can tinker, but like Slide, do you want to do a thing too?
Yeah, why not? I always have my supply of incendiary devices.
When you've got that fancy oil, I mean, it's light out, so it wouldn't be particularly useful. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
It's
like
dark inside a squid.
as you pass
I don't think
through,
that counts.
as you pass through the squid, like you can't help but notice that like some of the armor has definitely been stripped off of your boat.
Still gonna do it.
Cool. Yeah. What are you thinking for that?
What, like skill wise?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably a tinker.
Okay. Sure,
Knowing,
just like
when to
whipping
set the
up like an
device.
incendiary cocktail and then. Okay, sure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, let's do the roll. And this also
Is
sounds
desperate?
pretty desperate, yeah, because
Yeah.
you're inside of a squid throwing like
Moving at high
fire
speed.
at something that you have probably a good idea is combustible while moving at speed.
Still worked.
Yep. So yeah, no, that's totally the thing that happens. It works, and the blood of this thing that your like boat is currently sailing on, and all of you are generally covered in,
Yep. Good.
goes up like dry tinder to your incendiary device. I kind of think this is everyone. It's gonna be like a level 2 harm of it burns, put it out.
I'm just gonna take it.
There's some interesting things that'll happen if I resist this poorly. So I'm gonna resist it.
Awesome. Also, Chris, you have
Uh,
to say that out loud.
Goes up like dry tinder and then goes down like wet grinder.
Good.
Um. Resolve? Was it resolve? Prowess.
Probably prowess because you were being burned. If you're
Yep.
like trying to like if you're sort of accepting the burn but willing your way through it, then it'd be resolve. And did
Okay.
you take your extra die?
I did. Okay, so I take 2. I am one more bad thing happens to me and I get a trauma. So this is basically going exactly how I thought it would.
Cool.
An ogre is going to lose his shit on every single person if they ever suggest doing this again.
Belle,
Maybe.
you can roll an
We
extra
can be
die.
trauma twins.
Because the gang gets an extra die on resistance rolls.
Right.
So yeah.
You only take 2 streets.
Mm-hmm. And Sly and Crow, you're just gonna take the harm.
No, I'm
am.
going to resist this by sort of hiding in my cloak,
Okay.
sort of draping it over myself before the explosion.
You're
Blah.
pretty low on available stress.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
I
But he
am.
hasn't been
makes it
traumatized yet.
interesting.
that's true. Yeah.
Still doing it.
Okay.
So prowess.
Yep.
I would for sure get a 3rd trauma if I did it.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, it's your asbestos cloak that we already set up.
You're getting those ogre resistances right now.
Seriously. Nicely done, Sly. Cool. And then yeah, Crow just Crow, do you have choice words for Sly as he sets you on fire?
You can't be surprised.
Fair.
I am probably not really saying anything discernible. I probably stopped steering and I'm probably rolling around on the deck, trying to put myself out.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, what happens next? We've got our 2 murder houses who haven't gone yet, and there is a target to be murdered.
It's still alive?
Oh yeah. Like it's burning on the
Spooky
inside, and it definitely
Half ghost
seems
squid.
unhappy, but it is also definitely a supernatural being that is mostly here to like probably flood stuff and eat people.
Doesn't take kindly to explosions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's time for Ogre to pull what I guess everybody assumed were decorative harpoons.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna take one in each hand and try to climb up the squid so he can get to the eye meat.
God of War style?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
The whole time, all you're hearing is "Fuck you, squid! Fuck you, squid!"
Awesome.
This counts as supernatural now since it's
Oh, yeah.
possessed, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Are
sweet.
you gonna push yourself?
That will give me a trauma.
Yeah, and then you're just out of the scene.
But the devil's bargain is
Yeah, first off, what's the devil's bargain? And second off, if I take the stress, can I pass out after my roll takes effect?
Yes, but you can't push yourself and get the devil's bargain.
Okay, well, what's the devil's bargain?
I think the devil's bargain is like... I think the devil's bargain is this thing is going to like get inside your head to that part of you that is haunted and just squeeze. Like this thing is probably some kind of demon.
Yes. Yes.
Yes to the devil's bargain?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay.
It'll be fine. Okay, so this is probably desperate, right?
Yeah.
Climbing a
yes.
squid with harpoons.
Yeah.
You know when you say
Climbing a
that loud,
demon
it sounds
squid
really
with
stupid.
harpoons.
Okay, so desperate,
Standard.
super turbo effect, standard,
Yeah, because you're not pushing yourself.
but I get increased potency just in general in fighting ghosts or fighting the supernatural.
Oh, okay. That's that thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah. Then, yeah, great.
Okay. And a bonus die from that.
Mhm. Yeah, from having your soul stained.
Fucking ball.
You get, like, 1 harpoon, 2 harpoon, and you're like, I'm going to do this. I got this. 3 harpoon. Climbing up 4 harpoon, and you're just like, sweet, I'm just about in eye range. And one of its, like the doopy little arms just bats you into this thing's beak.
Okay.
Um, I think this is level 3 harm.
Okay. What's what's the name of it?
Disemboweled?
Oh, I like my bowels.
Yeah.
I like to be bowled though.
What about like he got beaked, right?
Yep.
So what about like crushed rib cage?
No, I think it has like punctured him.
Oh, gross. Sorry, I
One,
tried
two,
ogre.
three, four, 5.
Have you considered using your armor?
I was about to say I can use my armor and my heavy. I think.
Your armor will stage it down to 2, and then your heavy would stage it down to 1.
Let's do that.
Okay. I probably should have thrown lethal harm at you, but oh well. The
Let's,
die is
let's make
cast.
let's make it level 2 then.
Okay. And that'll just be like, yeah, this is the crushed rib cage.
Okay.
As it like crunches through, like it bites twice, and the first one like snaps the first set of armor, and you feel like one of your ribs go. The second one snaps like your inner set of armor, and you're just like, yep, nope, that's like 3 ribs now. And then, yeah, just spits you out.
Back into the boat, or am I like floating in the
You're
water?
probably
now?
free floating.
Cool. Cool.
That was an impressively bad roll. Good job.
Like, not only uncharacteristically bad, just like statistically not great.
Yeah. All right, Belle. Are you gonna shoot this thing?
Well, I was trying to figure out if shooting it is the best process here.
Okay.
I clearly should have saved my big sun gun.
I mean, it one shot the other thing and took out the church, which I think Belle would call like 2 wins in 1.
Is this thing ghosty?
Oh yeah, like it is
I have-
definitely supernatural, and you've got your fancy ammo.
Yeah, I'm gonna use fancy ammo. Is that okay?
Totally. So
Alright,
yeah,
so I
if
load.
you shoot it, you'll do great effect. And your fine pistols will stage that up to extreme.
Probably use the long rifle.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
fancy ammo.
Yep. Yeah, and that'll be
Um,
the same thing. Like either the rifle or the
yeah.
pistols bump up your effect.
Is this desperate because Ogre just got mounched, or is this risky? Because I'm not in direct danger.
No, you're probably in direct danger. Like it has that other tentacle that it hasn't swung yet, so
It's got a number on it.
All right, so I changed it. It's desperate, right?
yeah. Um
And I don't take a bonus die for the etheric thing, right?
for the electroplasmic ammo, no.
Yeah, so I have no bonus dice.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if there's a decent devil's bargain here. I think the devil's bargain is like succeed or fail. It's not interested in you because there's chum in the water.
That's a good
Nice.
desert
That-
or devil's bargain, but there's no downside for me.
The downside is ogre dies, or like
Oh,
ogre gets like
Did you take it?
I did not.
okay.
I don't want Ogre to die. Ogre's already messed up.
Oh
I
yeah,
can come back as a ghost or something. That's fine.
a
A
vampire.
4 is not successful, though.
A
right.
4 is successful, but at a cost.
Yeah.
You pick
4 is a 7 to 9.
1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, like your ammo definitely seems highly effective against this thing. You probably pour like 3
Great.
or 4.
Get it? Great. Sorry.
You pour like 4 or 5 rounds into this thing, and like it's twitching a little bit, and it probably like it like it's giant, like the sort of like the splayed tentacle like just splashes right next to the boat, and it's going to knock you off and like wind you as you hit the water probably pretty hard.
Is that a less effect, level 1 harm?
Yeah, that'll be a level 1 harm of like the wind knocked out of you.
I thought touching the gross canal water was worth level 1 harm.
Well, you're out in the harbor proper. Actually,
Okay.
maybe it is 2 different harms. Because one of them is like this thing is probably bleeding everywhere as well.
So winded and really grossed out.
Yeah, basically, like soggy and gross. I'm thinking.
I got it in my mouth.
There you go. Perfect.
Can I make a suggestion? For an action like so both Belle and Ogre
Mhm.
are in the water.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so after getting back to his feet, would Sly be against steering the boat?
No, I can do that.
Okay, so I'm thinking maybe Crow does some crazy rope swinging to try pulling people out of the water.
Okay.
Am I allowed to try grabbing both of them? Not at the same time, but like.
I think like you can probably get one person out without much difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like you're good at the nautical
Piracy.
stuff. Yeah, basically. So I mean, I don't even think I don't think that's a roll to get one person out. And if you want to get two people out, then it's probably finesse.
Cool. So could Sly, would you be interested in aiding me in the flavor of you steer the boat while I go fish them out of the water?
Oh yeah.
So Sly, you want to take one stress?
Oh,
Sly, drive closer. Ooh, pass out.
Well,
Are you that
he's got
close?
two.
Oh,
He's two away.
I'd better not risk it.
okay. I understand.
I need to focus on driving.
Okay.
Don't
I
harass the
will.
driver.
Mm-hmm.
I will push myself to do it.
Awesome. How close to passing out are we?
Well, now I'm one.
Okay.
Or, no, now I'm two. My bad.
Okay.
I can read. Desperate?
No, this will just be
Risky.
probably risky, possibly even controlled. Like it's not gonna.
Yeah.
If you go for Ogre, it's risky. If you go for Belle, it's controlled.
Right, but for the roll, I'm going for both of them. So.
Oh right. Okay, then yeah, it'll be risky. I did say that thing like 45 seconds ago. Cool.
He's a pirate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, you probably get Ogre out first.
Yep.
Um,
He's my broker.
That's gonna be real hard to pull me up first off because I'm heavy and waterlogged, and also my ribs are all broken. So
Oh,
there's
yeah.
not a whole lot I could do to help.
mm-hmm.
Do we have a winch?
Probably. I mean, like,
Nah, she's in the water.
bravo, sir, bravo. I think what happens, like the complication is, you hear the distinct whine that Belle's sun cannon makes, but like from a great distance, like someone else is charging up to fire again.
Oh, fuck.
And this thing tends to leave a pretty destructive trail, especially over that kind of a distance.
They must have ended their session early.
Bet
Or
you
maybe
can't.
they have more than
Bet you can't build just one.
Oh, you know, it'd be cool if it had like rotating barrels. Like you fire one and it's chink. Now it's ready to go again.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I briefly take a note.
I was gonna say, see a line of them fire at once.
Well, that I already have in my notes.
Oh.
But I
Okay.
didn't think of the like revolving barrel for some reason. So yep.
Maybe one of them, if for like extreme emergencies, is a solar shotgun, and it doesn't go like as far, but it's like you just fire like a football field in front of you that's dead.
Oh, it's totally like the Eve fight at the end of thing. Yep. Anyways, cool. Yeah, so you get both people out, and then you hear the distinct, like, whirring whine sound of a sun cannon powering up.
Shit. Sly, get us out of here.
Are you gonna
So-
give them the
Steer
kill?
Honestly,
No.
I want us
No,
to
I
be able
must
to.
not.
Oh, God damn it.
All right, Sly,
so-
what's happening?
We already drove through
Mhm.
the square.
Yeah.
We're on
It
the
didn't
other
like
side.
that.
No, not so much.
It did not.
Can we sort of pull around so we're like our cannons, whatever we have,
Mhm.
are
Uh-huh.
facing it,
Sure.
and I'd like to fire those.
Okay. How is your hunt?
Not so good.
Okay. I mean, I'll suggest this. If you ram it, it's a finesse roll because finesses handle vehicles.
I can turn around and ram it again.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, yes. Let's do that.
Your,
That
your,
went well
your
last
boat is
time.
your boat is extra fast and like super nimble.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's spin this baby around.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and like it turns on a dime. Like you can tell Crow has been like working on the engines and the handling.
Let's spin it around and go back for another hit.
Awesome.
I'm gonna try tucking Ogre and Belle below deck.
I'm assuming you've got them like safely on board again.
Oh yeah.
I'm laying on the floor wherever you drop me off. Like I'm.
My point was when I see what Sly's doing, I want us to not get splattered on again.
So you see, you have like a tarp.
Quick, get
Just-
the dumpster.
Yep.
Cover the bodies. Yeah. Okay. Finesse and risky.
This will be desperate. So mark
Yeah.
XP again. And standard effect. But yeah,
Right.
just don't get below 3s. There you go.
Nice.
What does this look like as you murder this squid?
So I spin the boat around, like I start to turn the wheel.
Yep.
But I'm a little too zealous with it, so I spin it all the way around to 360 and back again,
Yep.
and then I ram the gas.
Awesome.
And, head straight for it.
Yeah, and like there's this perfect wave, like it crests just in front of like the squid. The squid seems utterly unaffected by like the waves and things that like you would expect an aquatic beast to be affected by. But yeah, you get like this perfect ramp of a wave and just like and poof, and then like we see the impact from like 4 different camera angles, and it's just like poof, and then poof, and just like yeah, it's like again and again and again, and then we get finally this one shot of like the squid here, and the boat goes and is out between its eyes, and the thing just like explodes like the Titans in Attack on Titan, just like this grotesque vomit of gore and like viscera and eyeballs,
Oh, that's perfect.
and like one of the eyes just like lands on the deck of the ship.
Nice trophy.
Graph.
That still only counts as one.
We don't measure by like weight or whatever. Also, I got some of this in my mouth. It was super gross. I don't know if we can like just go someplace where I can get
A
like
toothbrush.
yeah, or some fine wine to spit out.
Sure.
Do I
Ogre
need to
sits
patch
up.
up Ogre? Is he gonna die?
Ogre sits up, and you can hear like all of his bones grinding, and he goes, "Oh, it got in your mouth. That's got to be terrible."
It was awful. I can't explain it to you. Did you know your lung is like partially extruded between your 6th and 7th ribs?
That would explain this whole thing.
Is there a sucking sound when you
on?
breathe?
Oh yeah,
Everything sucks right now.
he's probably got a sucking chest wound.
So Belle squats down and pats Ogre on the side. She says, "Look on the bright side. At least the creepy bags of green liquid didn't do it to you. It was just a regular old squid."
I climbed one and it ate me, and I'm still alive. Fuck
Yeah.
you, squid.
That's right. You tell that squid.
And he just passes out on the deck.
Perfect.
Cool. So we go back to church.
The bounty was to like bring proof to basically like any Northwest police thing, and they'll be able to issue you effectively a writ that you can take to like a bank and get money out of.
Okay, well, Stephanie can vouch for us outside there. We could maybe go collect
We
the
should just go back to her and drop off the eyeball.
yeah. I mean, it's not immediately obvious that the eyeball is related to the goo.
It'll burn.
But it's also
Um,
covered in the goo.
Oh yeah,
It has to
Yeah.
be.
yeah. No, absolutely, it is covered in the goo.
Okay, I was gonna say go get a statement from Stephanie and the surviving sniper at the church.
He'll be willing to help.
I mean, we did his job for him.
Which is
And I
good
don't
because
know.
he's blind now.
Blind and wandering around going, Mop.
Does he fall off the tower?
I considered that, but that seemed too mean to kill both snipers.
Okay. In any case, okay, so the eyeball and a statement from Stephanie
And the arm.
in the arm.
Not to do your job for you or anything.
I honestly forgot about the arm.
I mean, you show up to Stephanie and you, like, hand her this gross eyeball that you couldn't get rid of out of your inventory bags because it had, like, the yellow border of quest itemness. And the same thing with the arm. And I like Crow asked for a statement. She's like, I can just, issue the writ. That's something I can just do.
Certainly. I wasn't sure exactly how the bounty was to be carried out.
Yeah, no, I can totally issue that.
That'd be great. And I probably described to her about the different like general locations that we found them in, and like also I would like to tell her about how when we were trying to finish off the group at the church, that they seemed to have like some survival instinct kick in when their numbers dwindled.
Wait, that was you guys at the church? Because I heard about that.
We were in the neighborhood.
I heard something happened and like a sniper died and the bell tower collapsed, but most of the infected were cleared out. And that
Belle, do you want to take credit for your church kill?
It was an excellent shot. It was the best.
it was huge.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically like you can either play that down, not get any heat for the mission, and also not get any rep, because that's how heat and rep work. You have to get at least 1 unit of heat to collect any rep.
No, we should totally go get the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, the heat comes from knowing that Bell has a gun like that too, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I'm thinking it'll be like I've got the rules somewhere.
Gesundheit.
Thanks. Sorry.
Gesundheit.
Shivers.
Let's see. Does this have the thing? Of course it doesn't, and I didn't upload that last handout. This one. All right. So I'm thinking it's probably like 2 heat base. Actually, no, this is probably 4 because it was loud and chaotic, and you blew up a church. So yeah, let's do this in order actually. So the payoff is the crew earns 2 rep plus 1 rep per 1 tier higher, and that was a tier 3 threat. So you get 4 units of reputation, which I just gave you.
Okay.
Coin. The eye is 6, the arm is 2, and then just like the other kills are another 2, so it's 10 coin total.
Okay.
I want 3.
I'm gonna give one of my coin to Ogre, or both my coins rather.
They don't really negotiate this. This is like a price per head.
Oh no, I'm just saying when we get back to the base and we're splitting up.
Yeah. Well, no, but Ogre said he wants 3. And like she just looks at you flatly and is like, "That's great. The price is 2. I want a unicorn and a helicopter, or a unicorn helicopter."
A unicopter.
Mm-hmm.
A helicorn.
Nice.
Yes.
That's really what I want. It's what women want. The helicorn.
Yeah, that's right.
Certainly is.
It'll be 4 heat plus 2 heat for the killing, and then another heat for the gun. So that's 7. But you subtract 2 from that by default. So it's just 5. That's not so bad.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's so beautiful.
That's a rad fucking unicorn.
Helicorn. That's a helicorn.
That is totally a helicorn. Yep.
That's some
Darksider shit.
That's the thing. I was like, it's the
Mhm.
teenager notebook Zelda. Darksiders is the word I was looking for.
It's metal Zelda airbrushed on the side of a van.
Yeah.
Which is definitely not an insult. So yeah.
I was gonna say Ixion.
5 heat, and then we do the entanglement roll. Neat. It's the same thing that I have rolled basically every single time.
If it's not interesting, do it again.
Well, if it's not interesting, then I may as well just pick from the table. But no, I can make this
That's
work,
fair.
definitely. And let's do end of session, because I think it's getting to be about that time for some of you.
Yeah.
Oh, so don't forget, now you have that thing, the little string you could pull in the future where I have a demon in my head?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
I have that written down.
Okay, good. Great. So happy.
Mm-hmm. And everybody took their coin and divvied it up?
Ogre,
Yep.
you can have my coin.
I have 2 coin.
Thanks, I gotta pay for a doctor.
Yeah, I know. So
Crow,
again,
did you take your stash at the end of that?
I did.
Okay.
I actually reached the end of the second row.
Nice. So yeah, you can
Yeah,
totally move on
Working
up
on it.
Yeah.
to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in Mount Pleasant.
Which might as well be the Sky High.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see.
So let's start with our cutter, because that's first in my book. Every time you roll a desperate action, which we did, you addressed a
got
challenge
one-
with violence or coercion.
Yes.
Have we ever done a session where he didn't trigger that?
Yes.
No. Yeah, because there's that one time I talked my way through stuff, and it was terrible.
It wasn't
But
even
also did he get
coercion
eaten
either.
by a
It's a great art heist.
Isn't that coercion?
No, because he was like consorting his way through it,
Yep.
or consorting his way through it.
I thought he commanded them at one point.
Probably. I mean, he probably got
Maybe.
1, but I mean,
I assume this one would be 2?
oh yeah, you
Okay.
you climbed up a squid with harpoons.
Yeah. I was also a tripod for a gun,
Mm-hmm.
and I also ripped Frankenstein's arms off.
Mm-hmm. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
I mean, spent time with my sister, but that's not a whole lot.
Yeah,
else
but that's
aside
still
from that.
so. Yeah, I'll give you 1 for that.
Okay.
And you struggled with issues from your vice and/or trauma.
He sure did.
You sure did.
Yeah. Is that 1 for that one?
2. You leaned
Okay.
into
You did it,
haunted
like-
hard.
Consistently throughout the session.
So yeah, take 5 total XP.
Sweet.
And I almost killed you.
You did. Better luck next time, nerd. I'm gonna put 2 into prowess, which gives me. No, I'm not. I don't want that.
Okay. Our hound.
I'll figure it out.
Bellerophon. You addressed a challenge with tracking or violence. I'm giving you 2 for that. That's
Are you sure?
Violence? Yes.
the violence. Very yes. Expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. You blew up a church.
Yeah, because fuck the church. So yep.
Because I hate her people and her club.
Mm-hmm. And you also prioritized your club over the church, so I'll give you 2 for that. And you struggled with issues from your vice or traumas during the session. Isn't one of your traumas reckless?
It's
Unstable.
Unstable.
Mine's
But I don't know that I struggle from being unstable. I just embraced being unstable.
Yeah, but it got you all that heat.
God, I wanted to make like a reference to current events, but I'm not gonna.
I could give
you
you
sure?
one for that. I can see one for that, Bell.
So another 5.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lurky McLurkerson.
Yes, sir.
You addressed a challenge with stealth or evasion. Not really.
Yeah.
What were your downtime actions? You did the trash Christmas.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was.
And then he got treated for bullet wound.
And then you got treated
Yeah.
for bullet wounds, right? Did you evade anything?
I mean, I evaded when I resisted damage from the
Yeah.
Franken
Yeah.
dude.
Yep.
He also evaded open water by driving through a squid.
I'll give you one.
Sure.
I was gonna say he evaded giving me an assist.
Fuck yeah, that's really good. You were an evasive fucker. No, I just drive. I gotta focus on driving. I'm driving. So yeah, take 2.
Yes, drive closer. Can't hear you. Busy driving. Driving.
And then you struggled with issues from your vices or trauma. I don't really think so. I don't think they came up, and you don't have any trauma yet.
Your mic is getting kind of staticky.
Mine?
Oh, it
it's
was
better
for-
now. The last
yeah.
thing
Oh,
was
okay.
kinda...
Interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely need one of those distracty things.
Fidget?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our slide. You addressed a challenge with deception or influence.
No, I don't think so.
Not
Just
terribly. This was the
influence?
zombie apocalypse episode. Did you
I
deceive
did
anyone?
Not deceiving influence. I was.
What were your downtime
Something
actions
er-
again?
Okay, so one of them I went to go visit Sevra to learn about.
That's
the,
that's totally
icon.
influence. Because you
the
used
other one-
who you knew.
The other one was rooftop sneaking with Nora.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not really deception. That's just us.
Yeah.
How many XP did Sly end up with?
I
It
think.
was just 2, right?
2? Okay.
No, you got your evasion.
Right.
You
But
got-
that was the only 2, right?
Well, no, and
Oh,
then you got
no.
your beliefs, drives, and heritage in spades.
Okay, so 4.
I just realized something. I am one stress away from trauma because I didn't do any vice this session.
Yep.
Nice.
Which means you need to relieve stress
I do.
very badly.
Yes. I'm sorry. XP. So just the one.
And then
I
beliefs,
did-
drives, or
actually-
heritage.
Um.
You kind of let Gastown Harbor wait until the end. I was honestly surprised you didn't push for that
Yeah,
sooner.
I didn't want to be like super.
Extra.
Yeah, I mean, so he wanted to check on Nora first, and then he wanted to see the
Right.
heart of the matter.
So the Nora first is definitely going to play into your last thing, the struggles that you from your vice or trauma.
Yeah.
It could also be like for the drives because like he's driven to protect
Yeah.
Nora and look out for her and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also because of my background, I am super against anyone being in the water for long.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was basically panicking the moment Ogre actually fell in, and I was thinking about the last time he did, so that's why I wanted to swoop in after him. And Mel.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, take your 2. Good lawyering.
Yes. Fucking lawyered.
And then probably one for the. What's your other trauma? Oh, you
My-
were super reckless.
So that's 4 or 5?
I think it's
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then we have crew XP.
Yep.
Oh, we are 1 away from an advancement, guys.
Mm-hmm. Execute a successful smuggling.
No.
Contend with challenges above your current station.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we've done that several times with a squid and a Frankenstein and an army of zombies.
Yeah.
And bureaucracy.
No. But you totally got 2 for that.
Okay.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. You drove through a squid
Yep.
twice.
And
daring.
we got just daring because we showed up to like 4 different places to save the town. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, the police were like, "Oh shit, that was all you guys?" And we're like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
We drove all night, and they're like, "Sir, it is 4:30 in the afternoon."
It is 4:45, and you're like, it has felt like a fucking day. Okay. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. I'd say at least one there.
I can see that.
Just because like everybody was like, oh yeah, we're totally like getting paid and getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like screw the mystery, I want money. Was sort of a
Also-
common theme, and also fuck the establishment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, we wanted to be as badass as possible at each place.
Yeah. That's sort of more the reputation thing though, because your gang is daring,
Yeah.
which is such a good flag.
Yeah. It fits well with the way we normally play, so
Mhm.
it's really convenient.
Yep.
Okay, so we have 1 pip to choose, or 2 boxes.
And then
that
how far
fills
into the
that.
next level are you? 4?
Halfway.
Good. I mean, the crew seems to advance a lot faster than individuals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the individual, you have so many other tracks you could put it in. Where
Yeah.
it's just that one. But I think with the
But there's the different ways to spend it,
yeah,
which is a
my
neat
brain
mechanical
is slowly
trick.
failing me.
We should
Quickly
do
failing.
the mastery box.
So you have to put 4 in there. So I mean, you can
I
half get
know.
it.
I think we had some partial progress already made.
Did you?
I believe we started it.
I mean, what we could do is put 2 into it, and then probably next session we'll level, and then can put the other 2 into it.
Sure. I think maybe we were just talking about it.
Yeah, I
But,
want to say you talked about it, but didn't actually do the thing.
5 XP.
Oh, we chose veteran instead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Okay, that's what happened.
Would it be possible to bank my experience until we get mastery, and then I could become skirmish lord?
Mm-mm.
I don't know how that works. Like if that's a thing, or you have to use it immediately.
Yeah,
or...
no, it's use it.
Okay. Well, before the next session, I'll figure out where I want to put it.
Cool.
How about you leave 2 boxes like undone, like still not finished, and then for your first downtime action.
Train
Oh
prowess.
no, wait, never mind. You're talking about leveling up again. I did nothing.
Ignore me, Rouge.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 2 in mastery. Is what I'm
Okay.
getting.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's all the things, and we have 15 minutes to spare, so I can go brush my teeth for a really long time before I go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Go on those
You
real
can-
luxurious brushings.
You can brush your teeth on stream.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
that'll be great for anybody listening.
Yeah.
It won't be an audio nightmare at all.
No, well, because I can just stop the recording and you can just thank you, loyal listeners, and now this.
This is for Patreon.
Yeah, dear Patreon subscribers.
And you're like describing all the little things that you have to watch out for.
We have brought you this. This unprecedented look at just humanity in general. This is probably the most IRL Twitch stream. I don't want to know if there's more IRL Twitch stream than somebody brushing their teeth on stream to just close out 15 minutes. Ignorance is bliss here.
Squeaky flossing.
God, stop. Bad. Yeah, so at this point, I'm just going to say, thanks for coming, everybody. Thank you for playing, delicious players. And yeah, this is that D&D podcast signing off for the night. Good night, everybody, and keep your stick on the ice.
Kiss your
I
dad.
said it to my children.